What up? What's going on? We're back. We had a little bit of a hiatus, hiatus, whatever you want to call it. But we're back. We're on different sides tonight because we're going to do some cool stuff. Isn't there volume on these headsets?
Yeah, on your other side on the back.
Other side on the back. I'll find it eventually. Damn it. Hold on. You show me where this is?
Where?
Oh, God, I'm so stupid. Wow, yeah, that's loud now. Okay, good deal. So we're back. We didn't go live Friday because I was sick. You can kind of hear it in my voice. I'm still a little sick. Just getting over, the stomach flu, the whatever the hell else flu. But we're live, we're here, we're back, and we're going to talk about some cool stuff tonight. So a couple things we wanted to talk about is we want to recap.
JCS in the house.
Yep, and speaking of them, we're going to recap.
What's up, John, Adam, and Russell?
We're going to recap the visit that Chad and I did about almost 2 weeks ago now up at JCS Marine. Talk a little bit about the shop and our experience up there with those guys. Top notch, by the way.
And what an experience. Looking forward to going back.
Oh, yeah. Then we're going to go into something kind of cool. We're going to compare the prices of two new boats versus a ballpark area for a restoration on an older boat. And this is going to be pretty rough numbers, but I think you guys will probably see what we got going on. And then
I think we're going to get the point across.
Oh, yeah. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the new release from Tracker. I don't know if it was officially released today, but it's something that
it's trash.
It's it's pretty. I'm actually surprised they didn't do it sooner, to be honest with you. So we're going to get into all of it. But
well, they had a 19 that did the 150, so now they released a 21 that'll do a 250.
Mm-hmm. So it's pretty neat. Like I said, I'm surprised that it took that long. Josh Craig's in the house that make classic bass boats great again. I agree. Completely agree. Chad said I have to tell everybody what the hell I'm drinking tonight because
this is just disgusting. He made me try this when we were up in Rhode Island. I was feeling good that weekend. I was open to new things.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing gay, but
so, yeah,
Tony tried to do weird things to the hotel. But what is that?
This is a chilada, and it's essentially a tomato soup / whatever mixed with beer. It sounds really bad, but it's actually really good.
It's really bad.
You have to be in the mood for it. If you're in the mood for it, it's good.
If you're ever in the mood for beer mixed with tomato, I don't.
If you're not in the mood for it,
there's not a mood for that.
If you're not,
there's not a mood for that.
There's always a mood for it.
There's not a mood for that.
It's almost like a meal. It'd be really good with
Mexican food.
It's
a cold tomato soup with alcohol in it.
It kind of be good with like Mexican food, honestly.
Exactly. It literally is a V8. It's a V8 beer.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, yeah, it's a V8 beer. It's gross. I'm drinking my normal cup of Bud Lights tonight. Oh my gosh, that
beer was interesting.
Awful.
So we did try another beer when we were up at JCS, and Adam's watching. Adam tried or he handed us a beer. I can't even. It's written on the screen. I can't even read it. The Narragansett Autocrat Coffee Stout, and yeah, it sounds like it. Anything that has the word autocrat in it, I usually steer away from.
It was as hard as that pronunciation was.
To be honest with you, I didn't hate it. Maybe I just maybe my beer tolerance is super low standards.
You got something going. No, you have high tolerance for everything. It seems like.
But I didn't hate it. It wasn't bad. Anyway,
what's up, Morgan? We got Morgan from Prop Dynamics.
Yeah, man. Welcome. Thanks for joining. We appreciate you guys joining us today. Like I said, we're sorry we didn't get a chance to go live Friday, but Chad, Paul, Kevin, and some of the other guys are going to Lake Anna on the 15th, and I didn't want to get them sick because that would suck. So
Morgan, you coming to Anna? What's up, Todd? Tinfoil Todd in the house.
Dude, I love that Todd watches our show now. Todd, please do not hold back. If you have any super crazy theories that are out there, we want to know about them.
I love it.
We definitely want to know about it. Anyway, so talking about our trip at JCS Marine, you guys saw the live stream. We're working on a standalone video. Our buddy Riverboat Rob, I don't know if he's able to watch right now. But our buddy Riverboat Rob, he's been putting together some of the footage that we did, and we did some really, really cool stuff up there. I actually got some pictures from John today that the 20XD bullet, the red one that was outside, is actually in the new shop already getting torn apart. She's going under the knife already. So
okay, right. That didn't take long. Awesome, John.
So talking about shops,
Jason, I heard that earlier. Very upset you're not going to be there. Hopefully you can make the February trip.
So talking about shops, I just want to give a huge shout out to, obviously, I mean, we're talking about JCS Marine here. But the fact of the matter is John and his crew, they've been in business for a little over 4 years now, and they're on their 4th shop. They've had to expand 4 times in 4 years because of the amount of business that's been flocked to them through word of mouth and just through experience. After going up there, I've been up there twice now. I completely understand why.
So we've sat here and we interviewed JCS. We've talked to JCS. We've seen pictures of their work. We've heard their professionalism through interviews. But to actually go up there, see the work they're doing, actually see them do some of the work that they do, really explain it to us. Actually have their customers they're tight with their customers. Their customers come back and see them.
Oh yeah.
Which is super, super cool. They do some of the most beautiful work I've ever seen, restoration wise. They absolutely know their stuff, from your boat setups, your props, your different hauls, to just the whole entire restoration process through and through. And the amount of work that it seems like they pump out of there is incredible. For how many is it John, Russell, and Adam? Is there?
So it's John, Russ, Adam,
and then
Joshua,
the welder, Josh.
Yeah, Josh. And I wish we could have had a chance to talk to him, because some of the welds that we saw him do actually while we were in the shop were awesome.
Yeah,
really, really good looking stuff.
Guy can TIG weld, and if you don't, TIG welding is an absolute art. That guy's a TIG welding master.
Yeah. So the cool thing about it is like everybody that works there and everybody that's part of that shop takes immense pride in what they do, and you figure that out right immediately. Like, as soon as you open a boat, my boat, for example, Todd's. So the Purple Champion that we post about all the time, that's Todd's boat. It's first
incredible. Example I noticed when we got there, before Russell even hopped in one of the boats to show us the boat, he took his shoes off. It was literally the very first thing I noticed. We walked in the shop. Russell went to go get in the boat, popped his shoes off. I was like, oh shit. I wouldn't even have thought about that. I was like, but they go as far as they don't even want to put dust prints on your boat, scrape the paint, anything with their shoes.
Yeah. No, it's pretty special. And it's cool because I don't know anybody else that does it on the scale that they do it. I mean, you might have a pretty, a DIYer who's local who might do a handful of boats here and there, but the fact that these guys do it, it's their business, it's their livelihood. They have perfected the craft of doing this and doing it in the fashion that they do it. And I'm gonna, if we couldn't convince you based on the video that when we went live 2 weeks ago,
we've talked about this multiple times, almost to the point where I feel like we're beating it. But this is our recap on JCS, so there's really no better time to reiterate on this and push our point, especially after going up there and seeing the work that the guys do. I'm fully convinced after seeing what they've done with Tony's Bullet that there's no reason to buy a new boat.
The funny thing of it is we've had a couple friends of the show that have come back and said, like, damn, I kind of wish I would have just restored a boat.
You can support guys, American workers, blue collar workers that are doing their thing. You can support them and help them feed their families and still put yourself in a freaking badass boat.
Oh yeah. And you'd be amazed at the difference in price, especially when it comes down to comparing a restoration versus a brand new boat. And we're gonna get into
you want to know what's more badass than rolling up in like a brand new Bass Cat or something, in my opinion, a brand new Phoenix? Rolling up in a freaking old restored Gambler.
Oh yeah.
For half the cost.
Right.
That's cool. That's badass. And then getting walked by it, by the way.
Well, the funniest thing, and we actually, so we shot some videos on, I guess it was Saturday.
What's up, Murph?
We shot some videos on Saturday night, the night before we left. And we were actually interviewing Todd and John, and we were talking about the Purple Champion that you guys have seen a billion times. We post about it. They post about it. Champion Boats posts about it. It's all over the world at this point. But the great story is that John took that boat to a show, and somebody's like, "Man, I didn't know Champion still made boats." Well, they don't. That boat's 30 years old. It's incredible when you get comments like that and when you see it. When I posted pictures of the Bullet on the Facebook page and on like a couple other pages like Bullet Bass Boat Owners and Bass Boat Restorations, the amount of people that were just hitting me up like, how does this, like, how do you do this? Mm-hmm. And the answer is you call these guys. That's the answer. But can't say enough good things about the shop. It's extremely good experience. John and his crew were top notch. Very, very welcoming, and the hospitality was awesome.
Made us feel warm and like we were home as soon as we got there. Man, we kind of got there and just kind of jumped right into it. Really, it was just hands on, full speed. As soon as we got there, checking out the boats and everything, and we just had a really good time.
Oh yeah. So with that being said, we're gonna move into the next segment here. And that is, and again, this whole segment's inspired by JCS Marine. Christ, the whole show's probably sponsored.
Has the new opening been announced?
The new opening.
JCS?
No.
The new shop?
Not yet.
Okay.
So, but when that happens, we'll let you know. So, here's what we're going to do. All right. If you are a working class blue collar guy like most of us are, and you're into fishing, right? Everybody wants a new boat. Yeah, it's cool. It's great. It's awesome.
It's reliable. That's my thing. When I got a new boat that sucks is it's reliable.
Right. So it's, they said, I guess it is now, Chad.
Well, I just didn't have a date.
Well, there'll be an official announcement here shortly, I'm sure, with more details and all that stuff. But
yeah.
So talking about, if you're a working class guy, right, we all want new boats and all that stuff, but it's the price has gotten so far removed from what working class guys like us can afford, honestly. So we wanted to sit here and kind of do a little bit of a tit for tat from some newer boats versus the cost of restoring an older boat with comparable options and comparable graphs, and see what that difference really is for those guys out there that are kind of on the fence of, should I get a new boat or should I restore an older boat? Maybe not even necessarily my boat, but how do we share the screen? I want to start going through this.
Click scene 2.
Okay, so scene 2, you have us on the double feed. Hi, how's it going? All right, so here we go. The first one we're going to look at is the Nitro. Everyone loves the Nitro, right? The Nitro Z20 XL Pro, new release for 2025. This boat comes with a 250 Pro XS, boat, motor, and trailer. Out the door price $70,000. Okay. Chad's going to cut our screen down a little bit so it's not... there we go. Now you guys can see more. Awesome. So, this boat right here, it's a Nitro, $70,000. And like I said, it's a Nitro. Not hating on Nitro, but it's a Nitro. All right. If we scroll down here, just some standard features. Did I pass it? No, not yet. All right. So, some nonsense here. We all know it's a 20-foot boat, right? It comes with a 250. I don't think on this one you actually have to upgrade it. So graphs, it comes with 9s. Okay, 9s are okay. It does
1 9 at the bow, 1 9 at the console. It comes with the Alltrex 112.
So the Alltrex is really the big deal with this.
And this is the Z20.
This is the Z20 XL Pro. So this is like the big. So
this is your loaded. You're loaded.
Loaded.
What it's supposed to be. Loaded with 9s.
Right. So. And realistically, right, you're gonna add to this stuff. I mean, I don't see power poles on here. Let me see if I can find those.
That's a $5,000 extra.
It sure as hell is. Okay.
$1,000 for installation.
Okay. They don't have a thing with.
You are not typing.
No, I'm typing in the find box. Okay, so this doesn't come with any sort of shallow water anchors. All right. So I got a spreadsheet. We're gonna math this shit up. All right, so we got our Nitro.
Math time.
We're also going to do a Ranger. All right, so the entry price on this boat with the 250, with your shitty 9s. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm so confused at what's happening right now.
It's Julie.
Who's that?
That's my wife.
Oh, Chad got married. I didn't know about it. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool beans. All right, so we got $70,715 for your nitro with an Ultrex and okay graphs.
Hi, Julie. Hi, Kevin.
So we're gonna add some 12s to this, right? So we're gonna add some graphs. So let's just say we're gonna add hummingbird. This is like, we're gonna do this live, so please bear with me a little bit.
Oh my.
You're gonna have to fill me in on exactly what's happening right now in the comments after this. All right, so we all know they just released the Explorer. Oh my god, it's awesome.
Heart cookies.
Oh my god, dude, what just happened? All right, here we go. Oh, so many pop-ups. All right, so talking about the Explorer series, we're gonna add 12s because we all want 12s. Who doesn't?
Probably getting
want 12s?
pop-ups from that stupid link you clicked earlier.
There's a good chance of that. Let's see. Does it even have a price on here? I hope it does. Buy Explorer. Let's buy the fucking thing. We got to go through Cabela's to get the Explorer now?
Something tells me that's incorrect.
Oh my god. Okay, hold on.
Wait, what are we looking for here?
We're just getting the price of the Explorer. If anyone knows the price of the Explorer.
The brand new.
If anyone, okay, here we go. Explorer 12, $26.99.
$2,700.
So we're getting two of them though. So 26 times 2 is going to be 52. So that's $5,200. And this is rounding, fellas.
Can we be slightly reasonable though? Maybe instead of 2 12s, maybe we'll have a 10 and a 12, or we'll do 2 12s and 1 10 instead of having 4 12s.
Well, we're just doing 2 12s. You got a 12 up front and 12 on the back. So
that's all we're doing.
It's still budget friendly.
I'm with that.
Okay, it's still budget friendly. I'm gonna say.
What's up, Morgan?
Okay, so boat. Hold on, sorry, I gotta add another column here, and this is going to be boat. This is going to be graphs, and we're just doing this live. I wanted to get over here early and do this, but I couldn't. Oh, Andy's on. Hey, Andy, how's it going, man? Andy, you're the expert when it comes to this, and so what we're doing, we're comparing the price of a new boat versus the price of a restored boat. We just got back from visiting our friends at JCS Marine, and these guys, in my opinion, are the cream of the crop, the cream when it comes to restoring boats. So we're going through some pricing here, comparing a Ranger, a Nitro, and maybe one other one. If you guys want to see another one, like Skeeter's a good example. Actually, we will add a Skeeter to this because they usually come pretty loaded. But we're going to go through and see the price difference on everything here. So, all right. So we got our boat, we got our graphs. We're gonna have to add poles, right? So poles.
Gotta have poles.
Let's see. We can just do this on Cabela's because it's pretty much recently. It's all about the same.
It's gonna be $5K for blades.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so with the Sportsman, we can do it, but why? We might as well go with the blades. Power pole blade. 2229. So 2300 times. So 23 times 2 is 46 plus tax. We're not going to include tax for this. So poles is another 4,600.
Poles is $5,000. I bought them.
Okay, because you got so we're going to include the brackets in there too, because you're going to have to
Steven?
You're going to have to get brackets. So we'll go there. All right. So we're going to call this $5,000 mainly because of the brackets and whatever else you got to add. Oh, here's an interesting one. Jack plate. We didn't think about that.
We are trying to keep it like
moderate. Like this is a moderate build.
Moderate boat build. Like we're not trying to do like somebody loading out a brand new Bass Cat Jaguar or something that is 100K with 9-inch screens or something.
Mm-hmm. All right, so jack plate. I didn't really see what does this come with a jack plate. I'm just going to Control F this.
I like it. I think Andy's pretty much right on the mark with a good used, like restored boat.
Right. Oh yeah.
You're in that 20 to 50K market. We're gonna crunch a little bit of numbers though.
Yep. So, all right, here we go. And here we go. We're talking jack plates. This is what I'm talking about. Keep the comments going. All right. So
yes, Bob's and not Atlas, 100%.
So the Nitro comes with a jack plate. It comes with an adjustable. That tells me it's a manual, right? Nothing wrong with a manual, but we're probably going to upgrade that. So let's check out Bob's. The amount of times that I've done this just for fun is like incredible. Okay, so get rid of that. We are going to, obviously, jack plates. We're not going to powder coat or do anything stupid. It's not stupid, but we're not going to do that. We're gonna go hydraulic jack plates, and you can kind of have your preference on this one, but what's the one? What's the one where it's all in one? That's the Action series. So the standard jack has a hydraulic pump. The Action jack is all in one, so it's electric. That's the one I have on my Ranger, and I love it. So we're gonna go with that one. The 12. That's what we're looking at. It's the same one that's on there. Okay, 18 to 23, depending on options, right? So you're 18 to 23. That's your. That's a good point,
Murph.
Good point, Murph. We're gonna get to that. So you're 18 to 23. That's like, hey, I just got a jack plate with a switch. What is happening right now?
Bubs, what are you doing?
Chad's dog's eating things. I don't know what's happening. So we got that. The 23. We're just gonna put 23 because you're gonna want the gauge and everything on it too. So again, we're not doing tax on here.
What's 10 action?
So, all right, sorry. So the 12 is the one we're 12-inch setback. So that's and he said 10 action. Okay, so we're saving $50. If we match what Nitro put on there with the setback, it's the same. It's a difference in $50. So just for the sake of this, we're gonna keep that on there. I hear you, Andy. And if you recommended the 10, I would do it in a heartbeat. So actually, the heck with it. I'm gonna change that. So 22.50 for the 10.
That's 12,000.
I know I can't spell. All right, so let's talk about live imaging because you got to have it. You got to have it, right? Especially because we just put the Explorers on this. Let's see. And we're going to add Mega Live too, even though it's probably garbage.
You're going to do the new Mega Live?
Well, we got Hummingbirds. So
unless you're automatically in...
Unless you want to add a new hold on. Dude, you get a ridiculous amount of ads first when you do anything like this. Okay. Mega Live 2 forward facing sonar is $1,400. We'll call it $1,500, right? So we got $1,500.
Then you need batteries. Then you need the mounts.
Batteries. Oh yeah, graph mounts. So actually, let's do this. We'll right under graph.
Now we're getting really intricate here.
I know. So we're gonna call graph mounts, which actually are surprisingly expensive. Without getting ridiculous price, without going super in the rabbit hole, I mean, I think it's pretty fair to say you're going to spend $600 on graph.
Guys, do me a favor. If you're watching the show right now and you're enjoying it, you like what we do, hit that like and the share button for us. It really helps bring some more people to the page and just bring more conversation to the live stream. We appreciate it. So hit that like and share button. Thank you.
Murphy brings up another good point. See clear wiring harness. Got to have it. Brew Tank Outdoors. This is good. I'm thinking of restoring my 08. Keep with us, buddy. We are going to we're going to keep rocking. So all right. So just to recap what we got so far is we started with the Nitro. We started with $70,000 with your Ultrex. Give them the credit. The Ultrex is awesome. I'm going to add that down here too. TM. We'll just put Ultrex because that's the one everyone wants. And we're just going to put 0 for this since it already has it. We got the Sea Clear wiring harness.
Brew Tank Outdoors. He's thinking of restoring a 2008. Boy, do we know the people for you.
Andy said, don't forget the $140 carpet decal. Oh my gosh, that's right, dude. In the over-under videos, Andy's always talking about the carpet decal. The carpet decal makes you a pro. Didn't you know that? You're guaranteed to catch more fish with the carpet decal.
I think it adds confidence points.
Oh, it adds something.
And it definitely pulls more bitches.
Okay. So, all right, Adam install price. Adam's correct. So let's add this down on line 17 because I feel like we're going to add more stuff. And this is going to be the longer one with the Nitro. Install price for all this stuff, assuming you're not doing it yourself, I'm going to say, and Adam, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you're installing all this, nothing's on it except the Ultrex, I'm saying this is what, $2,500, $3,000 in labor, maybe less. I don't know.
I don't know how to price boat labor. It's a completely different world.
Give me a figure, Adam, and we'll go with it.
Andy, Adam, what do you think?
All right, so Ultrex is already taken care of. We have our live imaging. Okay.
What's up, Jim? Thanks for joining, brother.
Graph mounts. Let's do an even number. Let's say $600 for graph mounts. Yep, and it was $70 last year. I'm guessing that was that's the carpet decal. Wow, the carpet decal doubled. That's kind of crazy. All right, so the graph mounts, we're gonna say 600 on that, right? It's just, it is what it is. 600. It's just going to be across the board, so it's even for everyone. You could probably spend more. You could probably spend less. You could call Joshua Craig, and he could make you a better one for less, I'm sure. Plug. Dude can weld, trust me. That dude makes me wish I knew how to weld. I even said that like multiple times when we were up there.
That was pretty wild.
Okay, batteries. We didn't touch batteries. So, okay. I don't necessarily want to go lithiums because we are keeping this on a budget. Because I just bought them, I'm going to say we're going to get the Duracell AGM trolling motor batteries. And we're going to get a good... we're going to just do Duracell because
we're going to do AGMs because it's in the middle of just standard lead acid and lithium.
Yeah, so all right. We're jumping around. Sorry, Adam said 2,500 is install, so we're gonna go with 2,500. Maybe depending on the shop you use, a little higher, a little less, but 2,500 is a good number. All right. So batteries, the Duracell AGMs. Jim says, "Damn, 2 sticks and duct tape, crazy." Oh, dude, Josh said next time we come up, we can learn how to weld. I'm coming up tomorrow. That's awesome. I'm off tomorrow. That's why I'm drinking this abomination.
Oh, Murph's throwing the shade.
What'd Murphy say? Oh my God, dude, we're gonna have to talk about that. Andy, you might want to listen to or look up these guys at Blackbird Motors if you want to laugh.
I'm sure he's probably already heard about it.
If you haven't laughed enough today, look up these clowns. They're probably watching right now. They're gonna shut us down. I don't care. All right, batteries. Sorry, we're getting sidetracked. So
like my nuts.
The Noco. Oh, it's a good one, dude. Battery charger.
It just about the price just keeps on going up.
All right, so batteries. 3 batteries is I just bought them. So 3 batteries is like $650 for trolling motor batteries, plus your cranking battery. If you get a Duracell, is another $350. So it's about $1,000. You could, if you get the X2, if you get the X2, let's call it $1,100. Let's just say $1,100 if you're getting decent batteries, because most of us are. Some guys are using the Everstarts. I use them for years. We're going to call it $1,100, but keep in mind there's some wiggle room there. What else haven't we added to this? There's got to be some other stuff. I mean, we're trying to keep this pretty...
Batteries.
We're trying to keep this pretty, pretty doable here. House battery. Okay, that's a good one. So, yeah, we'll call it additional battery. Because I actually run an additional battery for my live scope. I run the Amped Outdoors.
Morgan says the Minn Kota Precision, don't look back.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good one too.
I haven't run the Minn Kota stuff, but I've definitely run the Noco. I run the Noco and everything.
All right, so the additional battery, man, that could be a lot. That could be a huge price difference. Let's just put 500 on there, because a lot of guys that are using an additional battery, you're going to call
trailer.
Good one. You're going to call an additional battery.
Murph, you're on fire, brother.
Ooh, hot foot. Does the Nitro come with a hot foot?
It should have one.
Okay, it does have a hot foot, so for the sake of that, we're going to include it on here because a lot of them have it. So we're going to leave the hot foot off because we're going to assume that the boat has it, but just understand you could get an additional charge there. Back to the additional battery. If you're running a house battery, you're probably running some kind of lithium. I'm running a lithium. A lot of guys are running a lithium for a house battery or a live scope dedicated battery. So we're just going to call it 500. You could spend a little more, you could spend a little less, but there's a margin of discrepancy there, right? So just recapping, we got the boat, we got the graph mounts, the graphs, the poles, the jack plate, the lot, the price of the mounts is included with the poles too. Trailer is a good one.
He said extra long for those load tide days. I like it.
All right, so trailer is a good one. So trailer. Well, the trailer is actually included in this, so we're gonna zero that for now, unless you get like a upgrade, like a dual axle upgrade. Blinker trim if adding a jack plate. That's a good one. Andy, what would the cost for that be if you wouldn't mind giving us a ballpark on that? Because I'm curious.
You do have blinker trim on yours.
I do, but I don't know what it would cost to add it. So let me find the jack plate. We're going to add a row below, which is blinker trim. I spelled that completely wrong. So we'll see what Andy has to say on that one.
Andy, we're gonna burn down Idecast, brother.
Oh, I can't wait for that. We're working on that, by the way. We're working on getting Team Marine Service, JCS Marine, and Bassmere Radio, a couple slots down at ICAST.
Showing up with the smoke. Let's go.
All right, Andy said 120. I trust Andy. I trust Andy with my life when it comes to boats, so we're going to go with that. All right, so what else do we got? What other options? I mean, we could add 360, maybe. I mean, you can add more stuff, right? And that's the thing, is you could save money by not adding some of the things on here. But these are the things that I feel are essential, right? You're going to have live imaging if you're building a boat. You're going to have decent graphs on it. You could save money a little bit on the graphs.
If you're just taking a fat loan from the bank, you might as well just do everything at that point.
The jack plate, if your boat already has a jack plate, it's kind of, if it's a manual jack plate and you know how to set it up, it can be a fire and forget. But, you really want a hydraulic jack plate. So, all right, so let's see. Let's do the total here.
Let's do a total for Nitro. Let's transfer the stuff over for Ranger, and then let's get into a restoration project, because that's the numbers that we all really want to know. Boom.
All right, so we're at 89. We haven't included taxes into this, so you can be pretty safe at calling that 90 plus.
95.
Yeah, 90 plus. Todd has another good option, padded deck. I don't know if Nitro comes with that. Let's see.
It's probably not even an option for Nitro. Ooh.
It actually is standard. It's a standard with Nitro.
It's not carpet?
It is carpet, but it's padded carpet.
Oh, it's a padded carpet. I got you.
All right, so Jim asked, did we do power poles? Yes, we did. We did 2 blades. So, and again, you could save a little bit of money.
Well, Snail says the passenger console.
It should come with it. Let's see.
I do feel like that is a hit or miss thing with certain anglers.
Does it actually? It looks like it
has a passenger console in the pictures. No, that's definitely the passenger console. No, it's not. No, it's not.
It's a single.
It's a single.
It is a single. I mean, you would have to add that.
Yeah. And I guarantee you that's a freaking, yes, Julie, it does. It's called the side of the boat.
Correct. All right. So here's what we're going to do.
And do not get any pee down the side of my nice boat.
That would suck. I would laugh, by the way, if you did that.
I've already peed on my boat.
Have you?
Yeah.
Why?
Look, bull crap. I don't give a crap who you are. You lean over the backside of your boat and pee. When you go to drizzle, you get a couple drops on the boat. It's just the way it is.
All right. Here we go. So the Nitro, with a pretty moderate setup, with our 2 12-inch graphs, one at the front, one at the back, with live, with the Ultrex, started at $89,000 or 90. We'll call it 90. We didn't include tax, so it's really like 92, 93-ish. If you're making payments on this, which everybody is, with interest, it's going to go up. So I feel pretty confident saying this is probably a $95,000 boat right now, by the way. And it comes with...
if you really want to get into interest, you're way more than $95,000, but yes.
Okay, so this one particularly comes with the 250, because not all Nitros come with the 250. Now, let's move on to the Ranger. The Ranger, we picked the 520L. We're sticking with 20-foot boats. Obviously, the price goes up a little bit if you go to the 21. This is not the loaded out Ranger. This is the 520L. So you got to add stuff to this.
This is already $10,000 more expensive just because you slapped a Ranger on there, right?
Correct. So we started.
And by the way, they're both White River Marine products at this point.
Boat motor trailer $79,995. So we'll start there. Okay.
What is the differences in Ranger boats, of fiberglass Ranger boats now, and a freaking Nitro? What's the difference?
Couldn't tell you, honestly.
That's
I haven't ridden in enough of them.
That's what I want to know right now.
I haven't ridden in enough of them.
Tax, title, license.
Oh, that's a good one. Tax, title, license. We didn't even think about that.
Because that's a couple grand.
This is why we love it when Andy comments, because Andy always is got some good stuff to listen and to make our life better. I just totally zoomed out just to Andy's comment. All right, so right off the bat, we're already at $99,000. But we got to add shit. We have this boat, the Ranger, which is supposedly a way better boat.
This is a Nitro, by the way, that we didn't even get to the Ranger.
Well, we're on the
which
Ranger
has
now.
$10,000 more of a price sticker on it than the. So I mean, yeah,
it's almost 10,000 exactly. Actually, it's pretty close. It's like 9,000
I would assume
$300.
is Ranger and Nitro still made in the same factories, Andy, or are they made in different factories? And or if they are made in different factories still, is the products that go into them the exact same? Like, you know what are we talking about carbon copies with different names?
All right, let's do this. So, we are back here. We're at Ranger. All right, now I want you guys to keep this in mind. There's some zeros here that are really, really important. All right, the trolling motor.
We're with you, Greg.
Trolling motor. All right.
Down, buddy.
What does this Ranger come with? Standard features. Let's talk about it. Standard features. All right. All this shit here means nothing to me. It may mean something to you, but it means nothing to me. Right? Stainless steel push latches. Fantastic. Carpeted cockpit floor. I don't care. Tool holders. I don't care. I'm a tool holder when I take a leak. That doesn't matter. Molded in driver. Where are the electronics? Hold on. Wait for it. It comes with one Lowrance Elite FS9. It comes with one 9. It doesn't even come with 2 graphs. It comes with 1.
So even though that Ranger and Nitro are White River, there is still quality differences because they're built in different factories.
We're hoping.
That's what, yeah.
That's the question to Andy. All right, so this boat doesn't even come with 2 graphs. It comes with one 9-inch graph. This is the 2025 Z520L. And this is kind of weird to me because the L historically has been like the top of the line boat. So kind of interesting about that. Joshua Craig said Thrift posted a video in the heated seats on his new Ranger.
Wild. You know what? And why shouldn't you? Honestly, those things should jerk you off for as much money as you spend on them.
They might. You never know. Okay, here's what I really want to get to here. This boat, this Ranger comes with an 80-pound Fortrex 45-inch shaft. The 45-inch shaft sucks. It doesn't suck, but it's not what you need.
You ain't making it anywhere with 3-foot swells with a 45-inch shaft.
Okay, so right off the bat, the price of a 52-inch shaft, Minn Kota Ultrex mega side imaging, because you're not just going to get the 2D. That right there is, let's see,
$4,000?
That's about 4.
About 4?
And we're at 103. We're at 103. Pretty
Todd
quick.
Says the JO feature is extra.
We're very quickly at 103. Now, let's talk about the trailer.
The way my love life is going, Todd, I think I'm paying for it.
Let's talk about okay, so options. Oh, you can add some stuff here. So you can add this stuff and you can build it even more. Now, we've already kind of put that in here, so I don't want to get necessarily to that. Trailer. Okay, we didn't talk about the trailer on the Ranger. Does the Ranger with trailer does it come with?
I would imagine.
Let's see. Trailer accessories. Raptor wheels, looks like that standard tandem axle with brakes. That's standard.
Just keep the trailer standard.
Yeah, we'll keep the trailer
It's
standard.
already included in the price.
What about the Nitro? I didn't.
It was
look at
already
that.
included in the price.
Yeah, but what were the features? I wasn't really okay. Trailer
Tandem,
but it's a Nitro trailer, so it's gonna fall apart when you're like 400 miles away from the house. That's a guarantee.
I don't know if you've heard, but Ranger trailers don't exactly have the greatest
Okay, so here's the deal.
reputation either.
I honestly feel like with
Yours might have broken down quite a few times, or a few.
just once. Well,
I thought you lost the hub twice.
I did, but the second time it was in my driveway, so it doesn't count because I was able to fix it. Okay, I tell me if I'm being wrong here, guys, but I feel like because it's a Nitro trailer, you should just add $2,000 to that because you're gonna have to fucking pay to fix it. It's going to happen. I've seen it way too many times. Maybe not 1,000, but look, we're gonna okay. Andy says, yeah, I'm gonna say 1,000.
All right,
Because I've seen, I can't tell. One of the guys in my club, he's going through 5 hubs. Martin, if you're still watching, not to call you out, sorry.
Martin really has.
Yes. He didn't fish out of that boat one time last year because of how shitty the trailer was. It kept him stranded in his driveway. It was actually horrible.
It was the trailer. It wasn't the
trailer.
boat.
It was a trailer.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, it was a trailer. I swear to God.
I'd be getting a new trailer.
All right. Let's do this. Let's check out the price difference.
He does have a heavy trailer or a heavy boat for single axle. Though. He's got that 175, and that's a 18.
It's a Z18 with a 175.
I would say it's heavy for that single axle. I don't even like my aluminum Ranger with a 150 on the single axle.
I mean, I have a 518 VX with a 200 on the back on a single axle.
Yeah, and you've lost your hub twice.
Yeah, but the first time was my fault. Real Northern Bass just grenaded a hub a few weeks back on his nitro. Yep. When we were down in Florida, one of the guys in the club had a nitro Z20X.
Real Northern Bass are some good dudes. I like watching their stuff.
Yeah, one of the guys when I was in Florida, they blew up didn't blow it up, but we were down fishing Kenansville and Headwaters, and there's a lot of dirt roads. He actually legitimately had bolts backing out of the torsion axle of his trailer. There were 2 out of the 4 bolts remaining in one of the sides of his torsion axle trailer. It was horrible. It was bad. It was really, really, really bad.
No shit. Andy says junk fenders falling off. Had one come from the factory with a bent axle.
So that was what caused Martin's problem.
But you want to know why? Because that boat is heavy on that single axle.
Yeah, but they used to put 21-foot Stratus boats.
And Greg, you do have approximately the same. You're still running a 150 though. Martin's got a 175. I don't know. The weight difference probably isn't that much.
Probably 100 pounds, if that.
It's probably not. There probably is no weight difference. Well, his is a Mercury and his is a show. So I'm not sure.
Possible.
I was going to say there probably is no weight difference. It's probably just a tune, but it's not.
All right, here we go. So let's do this. We're going to say restored boat. It is what it is. And here's the difference, right? We're going to make a really nice round number. Okay, and I'm actually going to price this based off of a champion. Like
Bubs, what do you have?
What does he have? He has nothing.
Why are you being so ornery, buddy?
We're going to base this off of like a early 2000s, late 90s 202 champion that's in moderate condition. Okay, that means you're not putting a transom in it. That means you can fish out of it and put stuff on it and be good. I'm adding a motor category here because these come with a 250 Pro XS. All right, we're going to say 10 grand. 10 grand for your 202 champion that's a little beat up, looks decent, has a running motor on it. It's ready to go. Maybe it got a little bit of wet foam.
We're restoring a champion. That's the boat we're going with.
We're going with a champion.
Okay, we're going to restore a champion.
All right, we're going to say it's 10 grand.
Todd, you still on here?
We're going to say it's 10 grand. All right, and I am just going to, we're going to use all the same prices.
Keep your hubs greased, boys. Keep them hubs
We're going to use all the same prices. Get ready. Drum roll, please. Drum roll, please. Look at that number. $27,520. Just assuming it had nothing on it. Nothing. Assuming it had nothing. So, let's talk about some restoration work. Okay? Restoration. Let's just say for a second. We're going to do
Can we zoom in on that? Is that zoom? No.
Maybe. Hold on one second.
Probably something like that. Either way, you guys can see it. We're talking $27,520 to $90,000 and $104,000, and we're talking having a boat that is just as reliable. We're talking about taking a boat down, getting it restored, having all your wires gone through, all that bull crap.
Yep.
You're talking about a solid boat for half the price. Very solid.
So it's less. It's way less than half the price. It's a fifth of the price of the Ranger.
There's nothing.
The same stuff.
Nothing cracks. Nothing turns people's necks more than that restored 1965 Shelby Fastback that drives past you, or a freaking nice classic muscle car that passes you on the road. Nothing. It's just like Tony's Bullet when you pass it on the road or you pass it in the water. Just like damn.
So Andy said, did we put power poles in from the beginning? Andy, yes, we did. We included, so the power poles were roughly like 4,600. We just made it an even 5 with the power pole brackets.
How do you zoom in? Go to 3 dots.
Actually, I might, hold on. Damn it. Can I zoom in?
Let's do the 3 dots.
Oh, yeah, true. All right. I'm going to zoom out 1. Sorry, guys. I'm doing this. All right, there we go. That's a little bit better. You guys should be able to see that a little bit better. All right, so we have...
Idiot.
We have identical boats here. Well, we have identical setups. We have our restored 202, 203, maybe even a 221 champion. assuming it has the running motor, the 225, right? No, too easy. So we haven't put in anything for restoration yet. Keep that in mind.
Let's put a boat motor.
We're gonna put a motor on it.
Let's put a motor on there.
Okay.
Let's say I wanna pretty much replicate what you had going on. You had a boat. You took it there. You replaced the motor.
Okay.
The amount of fiberglass work that needed to be done. Let's do worst case scenario.
Okay.
Say we have somebody that does not know anything about what they're looking at. They buy a complete piece of shit just like you did, and they end up figuring out that it's gonna.
No. Okay, that's fine.
They end up figuring out that it's going to take way more work than they thought it was going to take.
Okay, so we're going to add a motor to this just real quick, but we're not going to add a new motor. We're going to add, and this is assuming your boat doesn't need anything. This is assuming your boat doesn't need a
Paul,
restoration.
we're talking about a champion that needs a freaking transom, stringers.
Not yet. We're getting there. So for this one, I bought my Mercury XB from Duck River Marine for $3,800. It cost me, and that was shipped. So we're gonna say it's not okay. Can you put a 250 on a 202 Champion? You probably can because it's over 20 foot. So let's say, oh man, assuming you're getting a used 2-stroke, maybe you're getting a 250 Pro XS. We're just gonna say $5,000, and that could be moderately decently low hours. All right. Even so, you just upgraded your motor. You got a 250 Pro XS 2-stroke. You're at $32,000 with the same exact options of a nitro, of a Ranger. I mean, Christ, you can literally buy 3 of these boats for the price of a nitro and for the price of a Ranger and still have some money. Greg says new engine doesn't necessarily mean a lot. I kind of agree with that personally. All right, so
New engine, or it doesn't mean much.
All right, so let's say this. Let's get a little crazy with this. So this is the number. This is you went out and you found a used Champion with nothing on it, and you added all these gadgets on it. You made the boat yours. You have the same options, the same updated graphs, poles, jack plate, wiring harness, trolling motor. Oh, we didn't add the trolling motor. We got to add the trolling motor.
What happens if you hit the X on the tables?
It just goes away. Okay. All right, so we added the trolling motor. Sorry, so we're 36. We're 36. We've gone through everything on here. Battery charger. Sorry, we'll add $500. 37. So we'll call it 37 total. All right. Now let's do this. Let's say you bought a boat.
Personal loans. You can pull that through a personal loan.
Let me go. Let's take an intermission for 5 seconds because I'm going to go to the restroom.
At what is a personal loan? Probably 9%.
Hold that down.
7 to 9% interest.
Hold it down. I'll be back in 5 seconds. Tomato pea. Oh.
I have got a few under. Yeah. I want to go back to the motor thing that Greg said. Greg said new motor, it doesn't mean much. I'm assuming that you're saying that you don't think a refurbished motor obviously a refurbished motor doesn't have the same value, but I do think a refurbished motor can have a lot of reliability and also make a lot of these older hauls perform better. Or like his 250XB is going to run insane on the back of that thing, where I don't know if the boat would run the same way if he would have put a 254 stroke Merc on the back of it, or even a 250 shell. Now, if he would have flashed it, that might have been a whole different story. But I'm excited to see that 250XB, and I do believe that that's going to be a reliable motor for him when he's running it. And Tony is back.
It's rock and roll. All right.
And we were talking about when you're financing, say the question was, at that price, is the price able to be financed? Most of us poor fools don't have $40K in the safe. Correct. You did not.
I did not.
You didn't finance, but personal loan financing right now is probably about 7 to 9%, if not maybe higher.
So, and that's actually a good question for John. So, John, on some of your bigger, like higher budget builds, do you offer financing for the customer? Just curious. All right. So now we're going to talk about. All right. I love gambler boats. I love them. We all know that. Let's say I find a gambler that needs pretty much everything.
Yeah. Murph, you got a story.
Yeah, right. So let's say I get a gambler boat that needs pretty much everything. And we're going to specifically talk about that center console gambler that we all saw about a month or so ago. Remember that one, the red one, the center console gambler that we were trying to get you to go buy? Now, that boat was on sale for $3,000.
They definitely redo carpet, Brew Tank Outdoors, 100%.
That gambler was on sale for $3,000.
They'll probably, they won't talk you out of carpet. They'll do what you want them to do, but I'd recommend going to the foam, brother.
Yep. So let's assume that boat was $3,000 for the gambler, right? Now, let's go and say that thing needed everything.
That's JCS Marine financing is available through local banks.
That's huge, actually, especially when you're talking some money. All right. So this gambler that we're talking, the center console gambler, that's one of a kind. It's pretty unique. It's a boat you've always wanted, and you want it, damn it, and you're going to get it no matter what it needs. So let's talk about the cost. So we're going to add a ballpark figure for restoration costs. This is ballpark. Might be more, might be less. There's no way without actually opening the boat up and seeing the foam and seeing the stringers and seeing the transom how much you may actually need. So keep in mind, I'm going to say the delta is, and the delta is the difference, is honestly could be like $5 to $10,000 left or right on this. It could be $5 to $10,000 left or right on this number we're about to throw out here. But I'm going to throw out $25,000. And I'm talking you wet, assuming, okay, so just for the sake of this, we don't need gel coat. We don't necessarily need, we're doing basic stuff, right? We're doing maybe a transom, probably some new foam, maybe some patch jobs here and there, right? We're just going to say 25. Your boat might need more than that. Your boat might be in the 40 mark. Your boat might be in the 10 mark. It might be in the 5 mark. It might be in the 18 mark. We're going to say 25.
Your boat could be a pile of dust at this point, and JCS can probably put it back together and make it nicer than for under the cost of $90,000.
So using a ballpark figure of 25 bands for a 21-foot gambler with your new 250 Pro Max, XB, wherever you find Pro XS, wherever you find a good deal for roughly $5,000, right? If it has a motor, you take that off. You have a one of a kind gambler that's been restored basically brand new by whoever you choose to restore it. You should pick JCS Marine, by the way. Whoever you choose to do the restoration, you have a brand new one of a kind center console 21-foot gambler with a 250, all the toys ready to rock and roll. The restoration cost includes doing the trailer, by the way. So actually, we're going to take that off the trailer. We're going to take that off the trailer because it's included in our 25. We're at $54,000 for a boat that has the same options as the Nitro and the Ranger, but it's a center console gambler that you picked up for $3,000 on Marketplace, knowing that you were going to put a bunch of money into it. And you have, if that's the boat you want, you now have a new boat.
That's my thing too. That's why I keep on saying this. It's driving the classic muscle car, showing up to the freaking boat tournament in that classic boat instead of one of these newer ones. It just has that appeal. It just has that breakneck appeal to it. Makes people look at it. They're fast boats, they're fast hauls, and they're just as fishable.
So let's say you pick up your boat for $10,000. So we're at 60. But now, okay, so let's be real. If you pick up a used boat for $10,000, it probably doesn't need $25,000 worth of stuff.
Unless you're a complete moron and you don't know what you're looking at.
Correct.
Yes.
So we're going to drop this down to 10.
Which, by the way, we have a video on how to maybe not do that to yourself.
So, see, this is what I'm talking about, right? This is the cool stuff.
If you'd have done that to your boat, you'd have pulled the engine off the back of it.
Correct. But if you buy a decently used older bass boat, we're talking late 90s, early 2000s, Murph. So
Yeah, exactly, Josh. Todd could bring his boat anywhere, like a Walmart parking lot, and people are going to walk up to it and be like, "Damn."
100%. So here we go. Here we're just playing with the numbers a little bit at this point. But let's say
The wrap or repainting or reconditioning the paint and glosses in the $25,000.
Actually, it's not, because I said we're assuming it doesn't need gel and it doesn't need a wrap.
Okay.
For that price.
All right. I definitely thought we had that in there just because you had the wrap on your boat.
Yeah, but I mean, the wrap costs extra, so you could it's hard to put a number on it, right? Like a 25 could get you vastly different things depending on whatever the condition that the boat's in when you take it.
Yeah. Exactly, Greg.
So Greg has a good point too.
It is foolish to buy a new boat, period. And when I got into this, I bought a new Ranger, a newish Ranger, whatever, made my mistakes. After this whole entire process of the bullet restoration up at JCS and just seeing some of the numbers, seeing what the products that you can get, seeing the work that JCS does, there's no reason whatsoever to ever buy a brand new boat. You can have the boat of your dreams that's going to freaking snap somebody's neck driving down the road or going through the water for half the cost of a brand new boat.
Right.
And I don't know, man. That's worth a lot to me.
Yeah.
So
I want to be very, very clear here when we talk about the restoration charges, right? So this charge is completely boat dependent. It is very, very, very difficult. It's very, very, very difficult to...
There's massive fluctuations here.
Right. And you could bring in two boats of the same year that were both stored outside, that have both been covered and have both been taken care of, and 10 grand may go so much further on one, and 10 grand may just replace the transom on the other, and the owner may not have even knew it was bad. It's so hard to say that. So these numbers are fluctuating a little bit. Paul brings up a really good question. How much is a warranty worth? Is it worth 50 grand? I don't think it's worth 50 grand.
I don't know of too many fiberglass boats. I haven't heard of, I mean, I'm sure there have people in the comments that disagree with me, but I haven't seen too many fiberglass boats that have to go back because their hulls crack or their transoms are cracking or anything like that. I've seen stuff for like electrics, or your doors kind of leaked a little bit when you got the Skeeter. I've seen like things like that, but catastrophic hull failure that requires warranty work, I haven't seen. And then on top of that, I guess it would just be warranty for your Mercury or your show.
Yeah. All right, let's do this. Let's get fun with this, right? Let's say you're
which warranty doesn't cover snapping it off when you hit a log.
Right. So let's say this. Let's say you're doing your restored boat, or you're...
I'm sure it's happened. I just don't think it's like nearly as prevalent.
So let's say you're doing your restored boat, right? But you already had a boat. You already had the graphs you want. You already had the pole. But we'll not even mess with the poles. But you already had the graph mounts and the graphs that you want. You already have the Ultrex because you put it on your old boat, because who doesn't have an Ultrex on their old boat? Let's see what that gets us to. So if we zero these out, we didn't touch our restoration fee. We didn't touch our purchase fee. We just zeroing out the graphs and the Ultrex. We're at 36 grand for the boat that you want, that's been restored,
With a
or at least looks new.
With a custom Bass and Beer radio wrap on it.
Let's say the motor, when it's on, it runs, because you're not going to buy a used boat and not run the motor unless it's underpowered like you did in my case. Let's say the motor runs. Okay, now we're at 31,000. Now we're at 31,000. You already have the graphs on it. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like when you really crunch the numbers, and this gets back, I think Paul had a
and
really
give or take too, it could be a little bit more expensive depending on what you want to do. It could be a little bit less expensive.
Adam has a very great quote. Why do they put, quoting Tommy Boy? Why do they put a guarantee on the box? Because they can sell you a guaranteed piece of shit at the end of the day. And that's my question to you guys. How much is the warranty really worth?
If you want me to take a shit in a box and mark it guaranteed, I would.
It's my shit in a box. But how much is the warranty worth? To me, I'd rather have 60 extra grand sitting in my pocket, personally. Because guess what? You can warranty that bad boy all you want, but the bottom line is, okay, it's a warranty, right? You have to take it to a Mercury service station, assuming it's a Mercury. Guess what? It's still not in your driveway. You're still not using the boat no matter what.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Tell me about it.
Even if we got a brand new motor, we make it 25 grand. Okay, we have our warranty, and we're still 35 grand short of the Nitro. We're almost 50 grand short of the Ranger. And now in this case, we have our warranty.
It still costs those guys money to get a new boat every year, though, Greg. Unless you're like Mike Iaconelli.
Greg says if your rich money isn't an issue, all those guys that are serious tournament anglers get a boat every year. Yeah, they do, but Chad's right. They do pay for bits and pieces of it at least.
Most of them still have to pay something for the boats, even after resale value or trade in.
So look, guys, this is what we wanted to pitch to you tonight. You can, if a new boat makes you happy, go get a new boat. I'm not here to tell you not to go get it. If a new boat makes you genuinely happy and you want a new boat, go get your new boat. You're gonna love it, unless you get a Nitro, because then you're gonna be broke down on the
Or
side
an aluminum Ranger.
Don't get that either.
Don't do that.
But that's the point. You can have a 21 foot boat with all the rate, with everything that you want, and it be affordable. You can add the shit that you want to it and it be affordable. It really comes down to, what about the new boat is so attractive? Is it the warranty? Well, in this case, the warranty is a $40,000 or more option for 3 years.
My warranty is a freaking piece of shit. I might get a new hull if my boat cracks or anything, but I won't have a boat for a fucking year.
Here's my question.
What's the point? It's not like they're just going to pull one from a dealership nearby and give it to me and be like, here you go. Sorry. It doesn't work that way. There's time, money invested. You're losing all your time. You have money invested into a boat and it's never there. You don't get to use it. It's crap. I've been through it.
The Mercury warranty is 3 years standard. You can go 5 if you extend it. How many people that have a new boat?
Paul, I hear that, and that is definitely the biggest fear. But how many times have we also seen motors that just have tons of hours on them and they just keep on going? They don't have issues. I mean,
for shit's sake, I have an Evinrude, for Christ's sake, and that thing's been in the shop one time in 4 years.
It has been good to you.
It's been in the shop one time in 4 years.
Yeah.
Like,
we were at Lake Anna when that happened.
That is, yeah. Yep.
Just motor and...
Well, that was a lower unit. That wasn't, I mean...
You didn't even hit anything.
Evinrude. You can say it's Evinrude, but, I mean, it's a lower unit.
You didn't even hit anything. It just detonated.
So, that's the deal. Now, the last part of the show tonight is we want to see what Tracker came out with. So, we're going to pull that up. And
we already talked about Tracker's boat. Not
really. But we kind of did. And we'll crunch some numbers with Tracker a little bit too. But Tracker just released a new boat. It is pretty interesting.
What were we laughing at before the show started that I wanted to talk about?
So somebody who has access to the page liking stupid shit.
We gotta talk about that.
Okay.
We had a page invader that we definitely have to talk about here in a few minutes.
Yes. All right. So it's not actually on Tracker's website yet. So we're a little ahead of the curve.
It's just an announcement on Facebook.
Yeah, it was
what to look for.
It was an announcement that Tracker made, and long story short, they made a 21-foot aluminum bass boat that comes out, or that has a. It's called the Tracker Savage 21. I'm just gonna Google that because.
The new Z21 XL isn't anything even close to the Nitro of old.
Okay, so
that's Brian Visco. Thanks. Hey, thanks for joining, Brian. I appreciate your comment.
So this technically is unreleased, because it's not on their thing yet. I'm looking at Bass Boat Central. This thread is today years old. It was started today, so I guess this is a today release. Tracker Savage 218 Tracker, yeah. So it's a. Oh, wait a minute, we got a video. 215. We got a video. Can they hear the sound on the video?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna play the video for you guys real quick. We're gonna go to scene 2 and play the video, and you guys can check it out for yourself.
came in off the lake running 63 miles an hour, powered by a Mercury 200 Pro
63?
XS aboard this
Get an
brand
aluminum
new
rig?
It's a
Tracker
200, that's why.
215. Brand new for 25. It's all aluminum, all welded, and it's got fiberglass boat styling. Want to get into a 21-foot bass boat for less than $50,000? Learn about what this boat has to offer.
Let me tell you about that ride.
There's a special transom treatment that Tracker uses to wrap the sides of the hull around the back of the boat, and that gives this boat that fiberglass look. In fact, there's no wood in the boat whatsoever, but it does have
Well, it's
tremendous
high shit.
storage. This first 21-foot Tracker ever, they're trying to bring it in at a good price and get you a 21-foot boat.
Greg
on a
says
dual
Crack
axle
City.
trailer.
I don't hate it, dude.
That's
is
what I'm saying,
plenty of
dude. I'm
rod
even like,
storage.
even if I get mine to go
Check this
faster
out.
than 48,
There's
I'm
storage
scared the
for
freaking thing's gonna
12
crack.
rods per side, and on the top of the lids, there's bungee cords, so rods stowed on deck won't flip overboard.
Funny
if you
though, I
open the
have more
hatches while
confidence
you're
in
fishing.
Tracker than I do
On
Ranger.
the center
at this
line,
point.
there's even more rod storage.
Storage is nice.
This storage
That
for
looks.
plain
Look,
old
there's cup holders in the
3700
storage.
boxes.
I don't hate it. I
Our
really
test boat
don't.
was fitted with the Big Catch package. This includes bow and helm mounted graphs, Garmin 93 SV models. Tracker's newest, this 215, comes as a single console boat with this great helm console that I'll talk about in
Pretty
detail
basic
in a moment.
console, which I
The
kind
port
of
side
like.
console is optional. It also comes
like
with
the
a
coin
pair
box.
of nice helm chairs, soft, cushioned, big captain's chairs. On our
I don't
test
like.
boat,
I've
we
never
have a
liked
beautiful
Tracker's
coin
chairs.
box
They look like the
located
Michelin Man.
between these
I
two
like the
helm
bucket
seats.
seat
A
looking
buddy
seats.
seat is standard. Yeah, this coin box is great. I'd have it on my boat. Plus, it comes with this feature.
Morgan, completely
Tracker
agree.
ruler. At the helm of Tracker's 215, I was situated behind a protective windscreen, featured a big 9-inch Garmin display. My key switch and
That is not
essential
big.
function switches were all at hand. The wheel is a tilt model, and the side mount engine control fell easily to hand. Now let's see what's going on in the back of the boat. On the aft
Greg,
captain
I almost
platform
bought an
aboard the
Express,
Tracker
remember that?
215, naturally, there's
I don't
a
think it was
pedestal
gonna
seat
matter if
socket.
it- what
There's
aluminum boat it
also
was.
a big live well, 25 gallons in the deck. It's baffled. The lids are foam filled to help keep your.
I'm
catch
sorry. I'm going to
cool.
rewind it because I was asking Chad to give me a beer and I forgot. I didn't listen. I didn't hear how big the live well was.
25 gallons in
Sorry.
15. Naturally, there's a pedestal seat socket. There's also a big live well, 25 gallons in the deck. It's baffled.
not huge
The lids
at
are
all,
foam
actually.
filled to help keep
pretty
your
small.
catch cool. In the build, there's storage for the batteries, storage for the pumps, for the optional power pole, and our test boat.
Hold
was
on a
fitted
minute.
with-
Wait a minute. Can we go back to that? That looks pretty full to me, and there's 3 batteries.
3 batteries. There's your blade pumps, and
Well-
all of your bilge pumps are going to be obviously back behind the freaking batteries.
But where's the Ultrex? No, the bilge pumps are down on the bottom, so you got to pull shit out to get to them. That's annoying.
Right.
Where's the 3rd battery go for the Ultrex that we're gonna put on? Where is that?
Probably
this is-
maybe on that right side. Not sure. I don't know if there's space there or not. I cannot tell.
Doesn't look like there's space there. What do you guys think? So, there's no way. What? No way.
What?
There's no
way.
There's no way they built a 21-foot aluminum boat without the battery space for a 3rd battery to run a 36-volt trolling motor. There's just no way.
You could even go to the new Power Pole single pump for 2 blades, and you would still not have room.
If it's only has enough room for 20, and I agree, Paul said 24 volt. I think that's absolutely right. This is the 24 volt. That's irresponsible.
I would want 112 volt thrust or 112 pound thrust on there.
So
36
like
volt.
watching the video, all right. I don't hate the boat, right? It's a simple boat. It's a 21-foot aluminum boat. It's affordable for the most part.
Dude,
I mean,
it
we
gets
gotta
you in
price it
trouble
out.
and it gets you to do what you need to do. But I can attest, as somebody who got into fishing and had an underpowered trolling motor, nothing sucks more than having an underpowered trolling motor when you're trying to go fishing and you're just fighting the wind, you're fighting the current. It sucks.
Dude, I hope Andy's still watching because I'm not even going to attempt to price this out because I want to see Andy's over-under on this boat.
Dude, I gotta
cannot
say, I
wait
just
for
saw
that.
Adam's comment. No boat. There is absolutely no boat that impresses me in the bilge area more than the Icon.
Oh, that was pretty sick. That was pretty
There
sick.
is no boat. Hold on, we're gonna go back to the main thing here.
Sorry. Well, can we finish the video first?
Yeah, finish the video.
All right, sorry.
We're
We're gonna finish
we're
the
gonna
video.
talk about this really quick. Everybody, stay tuned.
For
Hit
the
that like and that share
optional
button.
power pole, and our test boat was fitted with 2 optional power pole shallow water anchors. It's time to ring out some more 60+ mile-per-hour thrills out of this 200 horsepower Mercury Pro XS. Learn more about it at boatingmag.com. And until next time, I'm Editor-in-Chief Kevin Falvey.
All right, take us back to the main camera.
Thanks, Kevin.
So
All right.
now we got on the topic of this bilge and how small that bilge was. You couldn't even go to a 36-volt system if you wanted to. I mean, even to get in there and work on the batteries, work on the pumps, work on anything would just be a complete nightmare.
Y'all are questioning this, but White River could mess up a wet dream.
I haven't, bro. You're not telling me anything. I freaking dealing with Ranger and White River Marine was just terrible.
So I don't hate this. I don't hate
dude,
it.
I don't hate Tracker either, but the design of the back was not great. The storage was
The bilge is horrible.
The bilge is horrible, but there's a lot to say about a bilge on a boat that you're going to have to do upgrades to.
So I want to go back to this if I can find it for a second. When he okay, so here. All right, I'm going to go back to this for just a second. Look at the back deck. What is going on here? What's going on all in here where my cursor is?
Looks real familiar.
Like but what is going on all in this space right here? Why is our bilge space here and we have all this room here? I don't understand that.
It's got foam in it for flotation.
Yeah, for when the transom rips off. So I don't hate this boat. I don't hate what they're trying to do. I think if we priced it out, and we're not going to, we're going to let Andy do it because he's way better at it than us. I think
Yeah,
this
Morgan,
boat,
it says foam to hold water.
I think this boat is going to come in if you put the 250 on it, and if
You
you
run
put
350
graphs,
amp hour lithiums in there, you're going to run out of steam.
You're also not going to have any bow lift, which it probably doesn't have already based on looking at it.
No, he's saying if you put 350 amp hour lithiums in the back.
Oh,
Yeah, you're not. Well, you won't have as much bow lift.
Brian said gas tanks. That's okay. Fair. Gas
True,
tanks could be
true.
under the seats.
Gas tanks, yep.
They could be under the seats. So
I know they do that in the Ranger. The gas tank is under your seats.
So the front storage, we're going to go back to this. The front storage I actually like.
I do like the front.
I
storage.
like the front storage. I like it. Looks pretty spacious. It's kind of interesting that they had rod tubes on both sides.
I don't like rod tubes.
I don't either, but the fact that they have them on both sides, plus what they have in the middle, where is it? Okay. I don't hate that, dude. But that's pretty standard.
Look, there's beer holders in the center console, so you can hide them from the cops.
Yeah, right. I don't know, man. Like, in my opinion, if you can put a 250 on this thing and run it hard and beat it up and you know, run it the way the bass, like you could run a fiberglass bass boat, it's a win. Regardless of the bullshit that they did in the bilge, because that's bullshit.
I would be more. I think I would be more tempted to buy a Tracker at this point than I would a Ranger again. I mean, if I'm being completely honest.
I mean, you guys that
just
are
like poop on Ranger the whole time, but
you guys that work on boats, like, did trackers, do they fall apart? Did transoms crack? Are the hulls cracking like we're seeing in the aluminum Rangers? I mean, what's the deal? Because I've actually heard that a lot of people say one of the best aluminum bass boat platforms out is the Tracker. I mean, the 195 Tracker's been a great boat.
I've heard that myself, that the 195 is a decent boat. Some of the older ones.
So Morgan says as shallow as the live well looks, I'm betting that the tank is under the seats. I think it's probably under the seats. So Paul said it's probably 70K with a 250.
50 amp hour works on my John boat just fine. I don't know if I would run 50 amp hour 24 volts on my Ranger though.
36 volts. On this boat for 36, I think
you can't put 36 volts, not set up for it.
Well, if you did the 50 amp hours, you could do 36.
350 amps.
Yeah,
I don't know. I would have to sit here and do the math on how long you're going to last.
I think you would have enough for a day.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Yeah, probably.
So Paul says with the 250, it's 70 gram.
Ooh, that's a pretty stout boat. You can do a lot with that, Greg. That's a heavy boat.
I think the boat,
heavy gauge aluminum.
From what I saw, and I shared it with the guys before the show, I think this boat was priced at $45,000 with a 150. It's $49,000 with a 200, but it's rated for a 250. So we're gonna say it's 50 grand with the 200. The price difference between a 200 and 250 is probably 3 grand. So with a 250 boat motor trailer, and Andy, please make the video because I'm gonna butcher this. I can't wait for Andy's over under on this because you know it's coming. And I'm not gonna price it any further than this because I'm gonna let that man do it because he's way better at it than me. I'm gonna say 53,000 is gonna be what this boat comes in with a 250. But you can't put a 24 or you can't put a 36 volt trolling motor on it. That being said, I don't hate the boat.
Agreed, Todd. I agree. 50 amp hour lithium's not going to hold in the current and the wind if you need it to.
I don't hate it, and I'm gonna go back for a second.
I want to talk about this icon.
Yeah, we should talk about.
I want to talk about this icon. I have a reel to post that I made, but I need to get the information of the owner of the boat and everything first before I post it on Facebook and YouTube. But I want to talk about the icon.
Look at how simple this thing is, man. Look at, I mean, this is as simple gets, which I appreciate simple. I like simple because, you know, I mean, anybody can replace these switches, which is cool. I like that. I mean, it's pretty bare bones. I mean, you can't tell me there's only 3 switches, but if you look at the, you know, it's simple, man. Like I like that because I don't need heated steering wheel. I don't need a jerk you off function on the damn fucking boat.
It is nice though.
I want this boat to be good. Let's put it that way.
What about some air ride seats?
There's no way. I mean, you're gonna break your back on this thing. I mean, those seats are basically look at this, dude. These seats are just like slapped onto a bench. I mean, this is like your uncle's old, you know, Fisher aluminum boat. I mean, it's just, dude. All right, so slight sidebar. My uncle's first
fart was powerful.
My uncle's first bass boat that I ever fished off of,
legendary freaking Charlie,
was a Fisher aluminum bass boat, and it had a wooden bench seat. Wooden. Now I don't know if that was original. Todd says definitely need a jerk you off feature.
Definitely does.
What would the price point be on a jerk you off feature? And what language does it speak? Because that's important.
It doesn't need to speak. That's very important.
Oh my God. We have divulged. All right. But that's the tracker. We wanted to kind of go through that with you. We don't have a ton of information
Brian
on
says
it.
if it jerks you off 75K all day, I'm in.
It loves you long time. So we don't have a whole lot more information on this.
The Chinese jerk master.
Oh my God. Speaks Vietnamese.
And we're banned.
Right. So that being said, that's the new boat. I hope it's successful because I want there to be a relative market on bigger aluminum boats that can drive the prices down a little bit. But it hasn't really been done except Gator Tracks, and we know Gator Tracks isn't competitive price-wise. The Express is nice. They crack.
Nothing's reliable.
We'll see. I mean, they got to be running around for a couple of years before we can really figure it out. Back deck bilge area, not a fan. But the concept of the boat itself, I'm a fan of. I like the simplicity. I like the price point. You know, it is attractive to a certain amount of people. I mean, you can get into this boat. And now, granted, we didn't talk about grass, but again, we got to wait for Andy and Team Marine's over-under on this to really see what the price comes out with graphs and with the poles and with the Ultrex. But you can't apparently put on it because there's no fucking room in the bilge. So I want to see how Andy does that. Kevin says Avid boats aren't
Avid
bad.
doesn't get as much sunlight as it needs.
So that's another. They've actually piqued my interest a decent bit because I've never seen one, but they're out there, and it's almost like they don't necessarily have a quota. They just are out there to be out there, which is kind of cool. That's a good point. Brian has a good point. Brian says it's like the Tracker Avalanche, right? I heard they were pretty tough. I have heard that the Tracker Avalanches are pretty tough. I've never crawled in one. I've seen a handful of them out there. They're pretty cool looking boats. They look like a fiberglass boat, but they're aluminum. I think they ran 150s on those things.
Is that a bass boat?
Yeah. Hold on. I'll show you. I'm going to get rid of actually, I'm not going to get rid of it quite yet. We're going to pull up a picture of the Tracker Avalanche because it's a pretty neat looking boat. If you see it, Like if you see it, you think that it's a. Holy shit!
What the fuck is that?
I don't know what the fuck that is. It looks, dude. I don't know, man. When I Google shit on your computer, it like pulls weird crap up. All right, so this is the Tracker Avalanche. It actually does look similar to Transom Designs. Obviously different. That comes with, I think that's maybe a 115 on that thing.
That's not a fiberglass boat.
No, that's pretty. It doesn't look bad.
No, it doesn't look like it has a whole lot of deck space, but
If you ever had a Tracker Avalanche, let us know. What did you think of it? So here's let's look at a 175. That thing probably moves with a 175. It does look good.
how does that not have a fiberglass freaking transom? Look at it.
It looks good, dude. It really does actually look pretty good. I don't know what that one's got on it. Okay, it's a small front deck. You can jerk off feature on Chad's CPU works good. Holy shit.
I have never once. I swear to God, I built this computer to do the live stream on Bass and Beer Radio. This is way too much information, but I have never once looked up porn on this computer. Not one time.
Does this count as porn? Boat porn counts, right?
Boat porn is on here. There's boat porn all over the place. I have never once looked up any sketchy shit on this computer. I put too much money into it.
Okay, so here's.
I'm telling you, Tony clicks fucking sketchy links because he doesn't think.
Okay, now's a good time to tell them about the stupid shit that we get recommended on Bass and Beer Radio's
Logan has an
Facebook page.
Avalanche. Who's got an Avalanche?
Logan, Victor, Logan.
He sold that boat a long time ago. Was that an Avalanche that he had?
It was. It was an. Actually, now that you say it, I remember. Yeah, it was an Avalanche.
He spray painted it black.
Nice. I mean, I don't think this is a bad looking boat. I mean, the front deck, if I could find that picture again, definitely looks small. The seats are okay. I mean, the seats don't look bad, but it does look pretty cramped though. That looks cramped. Chad has Todd says, I have a Virgin iPad Pro myself. Jesus Christ. We got Todd started. I love it. I'm here for it.
She's innocent. I like it. Todd, beers to you, brother.
Yeah. That was a great comment, Brian. I definitely think it looks pretty similar. Scott, we didn't see this comment. Scott Stefano says, don't buy a Tracker. I have an 1860cc. It's back at the factory for a full hull replacement under warranty for cracking. Scott, what year was that boat? I'm curious. Because I've actually heard pretty good things about Tracker. I've heard that Trackers are pretty decent for what you're getting and the price that you're paying. And, but how many guys are fishing competitive tournaments? And I don't mean to sound like a dick, but how many guys are fishing competitive tournaments out of their fucking Bass Tracker versus guys that are fishing competitive tournaments out of their fucking
2024.
Wow.
Imagine that. Another White River Marine product going back for a Hall defect in the aluminum boat world.
You got, it's.
I'm beating a dead horse here. I say it every single freaking week. And I'm going to take my boat to Lake Anna next week. And I'm going to pray that while I'm there,
You need to get a 4-blade.
my
24
hull does
while
not
you're there.
crack.
Actually, it might be good if your hull cracks because then you could get an insurance claim on it and get away from it.
I hope my hull cracks while we're there at Lake Anna.
Nice. All right. Well, that's all the stuff we wanted to cover today, but we still got a bunch of people watching right now. So what do you guys want to talk about? Because we're rolling. And
Well, hold up. What do you mean? We're going to freaking Lake Anna next week.
Oh, that's true. You guys got to talk about that.
I'm going to Lake Anna next week. We're going down there with me, Kevin, Paul. Tom Over's going down there. We got.
Oh, really? Tom's going? That's cool, man.
Yeah, Tom
That's
Over's going down. We got Mike.
Congrats
Mike
to Tom.
Neary.
Tom just got engaged. Congrats, brother. Sorry to see that you won't be fishing anymore, but it happens to the best of us.
I think she's used to that. We got Mike Neary's going down there and a couple other guys. And I think we got another YouTube feller named Lou that's going down there. It's going to be hanging out with us.
Oh, cool. Oh, yeah. Isn't that the guy Kevin bought his boat from?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
I think so.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so we got a good crowd going down to the Lake Anna hot side on the
Dude. Nice.
on the 15th through the 20th, and we're just going to go down there and smoke a bunch of some bass. Looking forward to it. I don't have a lot of input to put on it. I've been down there one time. Kevin was my guide when we were down there. That was 2 years ago. I have a hard time remembering what I did 5 minutes ago, so I don't remember a whole lot about everything that was going on. It's going to be a whole new learning experience.
I don't know what Paul's laughing at, but it was probably.
It had to be the high five.
It had the high five. That's pretty. It was epic. That was like some shit out of Workaholics. It really was. I've been watching that show recently.
It's a great show. I'm glad I don't smell it.
Yeah. No, dude. And a hot side. That's gonna be a lot of fun for you guys, man.
No.
Adam. So I have not gotten out in the boat yet.
Dude,
Unfortunate.
Do you know how painful that is to say?
Yeah. Well, it's just been cold as shit, and you know, I want to. I just
Brian,
last week
I'm
put
telling
battery-
you right now, dude. I'll set you up in one of my bucket seats on the Ranger. You just sit there, prop your leg up, throw it over, cast a line. It's okay. The rough ride of my boat plowing through the waves might hurt your legs slightly, but you'll get over it.
Keep all hands and legs inside the vehicle at all times.
Just bring a bunch of pills or something. You'll be fine.
What? Josh said, "Look at the elbows, fellas. Never miss a high five again."
Oh, let's go. Yeah, Morgan, we'll be there the 15th through the 20th. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday is checkout day. We got to be out by 10 a.m. So, yes, we will be there over the weekend. Would love to meet up with you and get to shake your hand and meet. Absolutely. We want
check my text message.
We want to set something up to come down there and meet you, possibly with the Ranger and or the Bullet, and hang out for maybe a weekend or something like that.
Bob Murphy said, all right, so Bob Murphy texted me the pricing that was advertised by Tracker for the 215. Sorry, we're going back. All right, $45,995, so $46,000 standard with Mercury 150. You don't want that garbage. Who the hell puts a 150 on a fucking 21-foot boat? Actually, ironically, Murphy had a 150 on a 21-foot Triton for a while.
It was a fiberglass boat.
They did that for a while. It was kind of weird. Nitro did the same thing. It didn't make any sense. You can upgrade to the Mercury. What's wrong with this chair? You can. Man, it's crazy. You can upgrade to the. I've never heard a chair make noise like that. You can upgrade to the Mercury.
Pause in the middle of the sentence.
Your chair was doing weird stuff. You can upgrade to the Mercury 200 Pro XS for $49,000. So with the 200, you're at $50,000. So we're right back where I originally thought. I think that hey, Josh, Mean Bean,
JCS,
dude, the Mean Bean, the Mean Bean, dude,
the Mean Bean.
Oh God,
JCS, thanks for joining us. We hope to hear from you guys soon, and we'll catch up.
Yeah, man. Thanks for joining us, John.
Thanks
Adam,
for joining,
Russ.
brother.
You guys are awesome. Anytime you guys ever want to come down here and fish, you got a spot with us. But yeah, this still puts me back at if we just boat motor trailer the Savage 215 to like.
I do not smell or taste anything just yet.
Onion and ketchup. I'm gonna say it's 53. Now here's the interesting thing. If you look at the picture of this boat that Tracker released, it has an EVA foam deck.
Oh, really?
It does. Now we can't.
Yeah, it does. I swear to you. I swear to God. I'm going to say it. This might upset some people. Carpet is garbage. EVA foam is the future. It is 150% better than carpet.
Chat. Paul wants to join. We got to better call Paul. This is the segment. Here we go.
It's time for a segment of Better Call Paul.
Paul Batters is going to argue with you almost as much as I argue with Nancy Pelosi. I have been arguing for years, and let me tell you, Paul can argue better than anyone. We're going to call him in. I want to hear what Paul has to say because we were hoping that Paul was able to join us, but unfortunately he wasn't today. So hopefully he'll be back with us on Friday.
Paul, links that in your Facebook Messenger.
So Chad's going to drive for a second. Todd says foam dries in minutes after rainstorm. That's awesome. I can't, dude.
Man, foam dries minutes after the rainstorm. You can pressure wash it off really, really easily. You can even wipe it off with a rag in some cases, or just a normal hose. It doesn't trap the same exact dirt. It doesn't trap dirt the same exact way that carpet does. It doesn't hold heat. Foam is comfortable on your feet. It doesn't get hot. Foam is superior. Foam is superior in every way, and it looks better, in my opinion. What is this?
I'm looking at pictures that I'm not allowed to show online yet. You know what this is. Dude, that is sick.
Oh, that's wild.
That is all right.
Oh, they really are getting it going.
We're looking at some pictures that John.
That we're not allowed to talk about.
John, I'm just gonna say John sent me some pictures, and it is very, very cool, very exciting, very demure.
I hope I'm still allowed to come back.
Why wouldn't you be allowed to come back?
So you ruined it, the bad.
You ruined it, soiled it. Oh, that's the bullet, by the way. That's the bullet.
Oh my god!
All right, so I'm gonna just. This is the 20 XDC bullet that John and JCS Marine are working on right now. As you can see, this boat is completely undergoing surgery, much like my boat did. And we knew. So this boat was actually up there when I took the boat up, my bullet up there the first time, and this boat had a bad transom, so it's likely getting very similar treatment to mine.
Paul's
oh yeah,
here.
it is. Paul's in. Paul's joining. Paul's probably gonna fart on camera for us. What up, Paul? How's it going, man?
There he is.
What's up, guys?
What's going on? All right. What you came? What are you calling in for us? You obviously got something on your mind.
First of all, that fart was epic.
Nice.
That was a great fart.
That was a great fart.
Dude, I'm still trying to kick this stomach flu that I've had the last couple days. I'm sorry.
I swear to God, if you get me sick, Tony, you owe me $300 for missing the Anna trip.
If you get sick with the stomach flu, I'll go in your place, and if I get called back, I get called back.
So, one of the things that that you guys miss, you keep talking shit on like the Express, like the X19 and the X21 are good hulls. Their trailers are just shit, as Morgan told us when he was on the show a while back. But, so there are good aluminum hulls out there. I just don't think trackers want them.
Do you want this boat to be good?
I mean, it depends. Like fully rigged out, I'd like to see how much it costs. I have a feeling that fully rigged out, it's not going to be that good of a deal. That's I'm looking at. You know,
I think fully rigged, it's in the it's probably 70
even
as
if
a safe number.
If it's like mid 60s, spend 10. I mean, if you're buying a brand new boat, spend 10 grand more and get a fiberglass boat.
Yeah, agreed.
Your fishing experience is going to be way more enjoyable, I promise. Especially like if you're not worried, like around here, like I can understand getting an aluminum boat because we fish a lot of shallow water and stuff like that. But if you fish lakes, where you got to fish in wind or you got to fish in current, aluminum boats suck. They're just too light. They get blown around by the wind. They sit up too high. So it really, it's not a fun experience. I know Greg had said earlier, you know, oh, just get yourself like an 18-foot aluminum boat and you'll catch just as many fish as a bass boat. Well, that's fine if you're only fishing the gunpowder. But if you want to go to like the St. Lawrence, or you want to go to Rayburn, or you know places like that, that 18-foot boat's gonna suck dick.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, when the last time I was at the St. Lawrence, 3 out of the 5 fishing days that we had there, you wouldn't have been able to fish out of an 18-foot aluminum boat. You would have got, either you would have been very limited on where you were fishing, and you know that's not why you're going to the St. Lawrence, right? Or you would have got just the shit kicked out of you. I mean, yeah. Granted, I went there in an 18 and a half foot boat, but
God,
yeah.
God,
it's been a rough week, dude. It's been a rough week. I'm sorry.
Oh, I think I smell that already, dude. That was the one that was deep within that you were just like waiting for.
But I finally feel better.
I think those, you know, like from just what Greg was saying, it limits you too much on where and when you can fish. Like if you're like Chad, perfect example. You know, most of the fishing that you do on the gunpowder, and that's 90% of the fishing that you do, it's fine. You don't have an issue fishing out of the John boat on the gunpowder, even if the wind's blowing, because you know you can go into the canals and hide. But you know, if you wanted to travel more, I need to see the comments.
Todd says it smells like Vaseline and burning rubber for some reason. Oh my God.
That's hilarious. Let me turn my volume down here so we don't get an echo.
So, Paul, in case you didn't pick it up, Todd is the owner of that badass purple champion that we've posted about 1 billion times at this point.
My man.
It is the most gorgeous champion. I'll say the world.
Yeah, it's
I'll say
ridiculous.
the world.
It's pretty ridiculous. I mean,
I'm pretty partial to my champions, and that boat gave me a boner. I love that boat.
He says, Morgan says, Diddy party.
Oh my God. We're divulging. This is like after hours, like we used to do back in the day when we used to start at 8 and we go after 10 o'clock. It was like, okay, this podcast is now rated R. Like,
I think Josh says, I feel like you might be coming up on a GL pretty soon. You can gamble all the farts you want, but eventually you're going to lose.
That's true. Todd, hashtag me too. Oh my God, dude. It's awesome.
There we go. Now I can see it.
All right. So we talked about, I agree with you. I think the aluminum boat is a good concept, and it's good for certain people that fish certain areas, and that's what they fish. And if it makes you happy, that's fantastic. But I mean,
yeah, I think they're good. I think they're great for people who, they only fish their local lake. And
that'll be the February trip, Kevin.
Not saying this in a negative way, but they're fair weather fishermen. So they're not going to go out there and, when the wind's blowing 25 miles an hour, it's like we are because we're dumb. But, I think aluminum boats are great for people like that. The smaller aluminum boats. When you get into the bigger aluminum boats, there are some good ones out there.
I mean, like Gator Tracks is like
Gator Tracks, the X Series express boats.
The Avids are in the conversation, but we don't know a lot about them, unfortunately.
The problem with the Avid, they don't make like a full size boat.
I think I'm going to look that up, but keep going because keep on with your thought. I think Avid does make a 21-foot boat, but I'm not 100% sure on that actually.
I think they have I think it's like a 1980 or something like that.
I mean, Crestliner makes a 20?
Crestliner makes a 20. That's what John Cox was fishing out of for a long time.
I forget John has that badass Crestliner, or had it.
No, not anymore.
That was a Lund. That was a Lund.
That was a Lund.
John had a Lund.
Big Lund.
The Lund is probably the best built aluminum boat.
I would say the Lund might be the best. Yeah, the best aluminum boat on the market.
Who had a Lund?
Possibly.
John at JCS Marine.
Yeah.
It was a 2075.
Literally, dude, we watched videos of him crushing through 4-footers with it, like it wasn't even there.
All right, so we have an Avid here.
Morgan just made a good comment. As a tracker buyer, you have to understand what you're buying. As long as you know what you're getting into, they can be good, but you have to know going in what you're buying. I think that sums it up perfectly.
Right.
So we have an Avid XB 21 Elite, which is a 21-foot boat with a 250 show for $67.95.
That ain't bad.
60,795. I don't know what the standard features are. I have no idea what the standard features are. So I'm assuming you got to put graphs on it.
Building one right now.
Paul's building a boat. Fuck yeah.
Build your specs, beam, transom.
I can't wait for Paul's wife to walk in. Would it be worse if Paul's wife walked in on him building a new boat, or Paul's wife walks in on him watching porn? I say building a new boat is worse at this point.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go with that one.
No, because she knows I'm not buying a new boat.
Oh my God!
It's just like you caught me red-handed.
What size units do you want to put on this thing?
10, 12, 10s.
Put a 10 and a 12. Split it in half.
10's not available. So
12s.
We're going 12s.
2 12s.
I'm going to say it's being like 84, 85 grand.
What did you do? The bike seat. Raptor.
It's a sleek looking boat. Like, it looks nice.
Bell electronics mounting bracket. Yeah, that sounds important. We don't need a passenger console. Ultrex Quest. Center storage box. Syndicator EVA foam flooring. Oh, you got to have that EVA foam flooring kit, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Seems to Lorion. Don't need that. Okay, that's not necessary. Trailer options. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Okay. We'll just go with the basic trailer. We'll add a cover on there. We don't want carbon trolling motors. 77,983.
That's not bad. It's not great, but it's not awful. It's cheaper than fiberglass boats. I mean,
No, it's not.
with those options, it's cheaper than a nitro.
Skeeter ZXR 21 with the same features that are on this that I just built is what, 78,000.
Really? So it's okay. See, okay, that it's funny because I'm actually.
I mean, I may be thinking of the 20, but it's 77 for the 20 on one of the two.
So I'm actually, it's funny because you're doing the pricing out. I'm actually submitting like an inquiry on their website on Avid Boats. I want to see if I can get them on the show. I mean, I want somebody seriously, somebody from Avid Boats come on the show and tell us why your boat's badass. Like, tell us what makes your boat better, because America, fuck yeah. But like, I mean, and I don't think Andy's still watching us, but Team Marine and Andy tried to get them on and they never came on. So I would love for them to come on here. I mean, they don't really advertise their boats.
I've never heard a ton about their boats, so I don't really know anything about them. I can't say, if it's a good boat, if it's not a good boat. I'm just going off of price. If you go off price, I mean, it's a similar price to a lot of fiberglass boats. So
yeah, no, I sorry.
Hello.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah. No. I'm gonna hit them up and be like, look, come on the show and tell us what you're all about, because. Okay. So Kevin's actually seen one in person. I haven't seen one.
Kevin says they look like they're pretty well made. Kevin, and that is true. Kevin does know metal work. So if Kevin says that
holy shit.
Chad said, what are we looking at?
What is it, Chad?
Oh dear, that's fucking awesome.
They're going deep.
So we were.
Are we allowed to show this picture, Adam?
I think we should show the picture personally.
Did you fart again?
No, not you. Would have heard
that. Was definitely Bubs. Then you son of a bitch. You're just adding into it now. It's like it's like a mixture of human and dog farts in here. It's great.
The Skeeter ZXR 21, which comes standard with all the features that we just added to Avid, is 78,695.
So it's about $1,000 more with all the same shit.
Right.
Okay.
I can't see what that is, Chad.
Yeah, I gotta I'm gonna have to add it into the show this Friday when we do it. But this is a picture of. This is another bullet, right? This is another bullet, right?
That's a 20 XDC.
This is a Bullet 20 XDC.
Yep.
No, there's a Charger.
No,
it's a Charger.
Let me see it. That's a different boat. That's the Bullet. See, it says 20 XDC.
Okay, this is the Bullet.
This is the
Bullet. This is a Bullet 20 XDC that they're working on. I believe. Did John say he was going to fish out of this boat?
If it, depending on how some things shake out, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So they got a 20 XDC John plans on potentially fishing out of, and they have the cap cut off the back of the transom, where they're about to take the whole transom off the back of the boat and refiberglass the entire thing. And it's incredible because when we were at JCS Marine a couple weeks ago, this boat was literally underneath of a tarp covered in snow out back behind the shop. They already have it in the shop uncovered with half of the freaking cap off of it, getting to work on it. So they're making quick work of this boat. And
let me see the picture again.
I'm actually interested to talk to John and Adam. Adam, is the work that you guys found in this boat at this point more than what you guys were bargaining for, or is it pretty solid? You're going to be able to
see if you can send that and pull it up, because I'm going to go take a leak. But if you can pull that up and send and show it to the viewers, that would be awesome. Because I know we've talked about JCS Marine a lot in the last couple of weeks, but like you guys have got to see the process that goes into some of these boat restorations. We already talked about the price, but look at what we're talking about when we talk about that price. Chad's going to send it and figure it out. I'm going to go take a leak. I'll be right back momentarily. But that's a good point that Paul said about how the FXR is only a little bit more expensive than the Avid with the same option. So unless that aluminum boat is super, super excellent and nice,
yeah, I
don't see it beating the fiberglass. It's just me.
I would like to know what are the advantages, not, just not knowing about their boats, what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages of their boat. There's, we know a lot of things about aluminum boats and a lot of the bad things about aluminum boats, but
Yes,
I'd like to hear good things about them. Adam says the stringers and subfloor were still very solid, which we were unsure of, but the transom we knew had to be addressed. So those guys up there do some pretty amazing work. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I'm making a mess. Making more of a mess. Okay, we'll just leave that there.
This never works when I need to figure out a better way to send a picture.
Oh, Chad, look at me.
Oh, he's got it. He got the eco. It's just, it takes forever for me to figure out how to freaking send the shit over because it never works when I try to email the photo to myself.
What if you send it on Facebook?
To myself?
Yeah, you can do that.
Can you?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
Sure.
No, I didn't know that.
Oh, well, Chad didn't know that. But yes, you can do that. If you literally just go to the messenger and when you hit new message, yeah, Chad, yeah, see that? Can you believe that? Kevin says he thinks they're out of Texas. I believe that is correct. I think Avid Boats is.
Yeah, I'm not sure where they're from.
I think they're from. I believe they're from
on
Texas.
their website. Probably figure that out. Let's see.
Here we go. We're about to share this picture of this boat. Oh, dude, I see the Jaguar in the background. That is sick, dude. Joshua Craig says the most impressive thing about JCS is they're not scared of doing what needs to be done, confident in what they do, and pass the confidence down to the customer. Could not agree more with that. Could not agree more. When I was getting the bullet done and I saw the pictures of everything, I was like, oh my God. Becky? No, I'm kidding. But I was like, holy shit, dude, that is insane. And you guys are going to see it with this picture because it is pretty crazy. I think we're showing it right now. Yep, we're showing it right now. So this is Adam. It looks like Adam. Is it Adam? We can't tell. Is that Adam's ass in the picture? That's Keith on the right. But I don't know if that is Adam.
It's Adam or Russell.
It's either Adam. I think it's Adam. It's either Adam or Russ. But this is what we're doing to the back of this 20 XDC Bullet. Oh, that's Boatman. We were both wrong. It's Boatman. That's even cooler.
It's Boatman.
But yeah, man, this is pretty cool. I mean, this is what these guys are doing. I mean, we're cutting into this boat. Adam, I'm curious. At this point, why is the top cap on this boat not off if you're getting into all this? I mean, does it need stringers?
No, he said the stringers were good.
Oh, okay. So that makes sense. Dude, that boat's going to roll.
The fellow on the right in the orange shirt, that's Keith, right?
Yep. So he actually is starting his own bait company, which I thought was pretty cool. We got a chance to sit and talk to Boatman and Keith.
Yeah.
On Saturday night, the night before we left. So we got a chance to meet all these guys and sit around and bullshit with them. But this is like when we were talking earlier about boat restoration. This is what we mean. Like it's not just a good wet sand and maybe a carpet job. Like this is what we mean.
This is them really getting down to the nitty gritty. They're getting into the guts of the boat and making sure that all of the support structure underneath of everything that you can't see, is good, solid,
what do we got in the
and
background?
fixed if they need it to be.
Hold on, keep that up for a second. It looks like we got the JCS Marine Jaguar all the way in the background, in the very, very back. We have a Phoenix in the background. We have a Ranger right behind Keith. And there's something in between the Jaguar It looks aluminum.
And that ain't even half of it.
Kevin said, dude in orange is eyeing that ass up. Awesome. But no,
Kevin,
Adam,
that's
thanks for
very
sending us that
inappropriate.
picture, man. I'm glad you sent us that because
I'm really
that is
looking
pretty
forward
cool.
to see the process of that. Also, the Stratus that you guys just did looked phenomenal. That thing looked great.
That looked really good.
That freaking cherry red Stratus, that thing looked like it was going to fly to the moon, man.
I want to see the Charger with the completely destroyed transom.
Wait, the Lund is in there? They still have the Lund?
Oh, really? We didn't see the Lund. I would love to see the Lund.
Morgan, thanks for joining, brother. Enjoy your class in the morning. Hope to talk to you really soon. Maybe we'll see you this week, the next weekend, Lake Anna.
So, okay, Adam says the Lund is gone. The boat came back. Nice. Yeah, that Stratus really did look good. That was a 19-footer, right?
Miles, he's a big Stratus guy.
Miles has been in one boat his whole life, and he loves it. Except for
Hey,
mine.
he said two.
He's been in 3 because he's been in mine.
Yeah, he's been in mine too. So
Well, he's been in 4 because he's been in Nate. So he's been in 2 Rangers, a Stratus, and a Skeeter.
Dude, wait till he rides in my Ranger.
Oh, he's going to love it.
It'll change his life.
I told Miles, I said, if you don't have a full face mask on for this bullet, you're crazy.
pretty sure Miles fishing my champion.
I had a thought earlier, Paul and Tony, about Anna being as it's going to be colder than Dick. And
Paintball mask. Just get one.
I really hope that the Ranger doesn't decide to be a wet ride the weekend because that's going to suck ass. If it is spraying me,
It doesn't get rough
it's
enough
gonna
to be a
be
wet
bad.
ride.
I felt like it was kind of choppy when I was with Kevin that one day.
Just put your rain gear on. You're
It'll
gonna
keep
want
you
your
warm
rain gear.
anyway.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. It keeps the wind off of you when you're running.
That is like, I love Anna, but that is the worst part, man. It's like 20 degrees out, and you got icicles hanging off your fingers, but the water's like 70,
And the fish are eating.
and the fish are just chewing. It's like, oh God.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
Oh, Miles, good call. I'm gonna order one of those off Amazon like right now, actually. Not a paintball mask, but just a mask to wear.
Yeah, that's right. So Josh has the Padawan to the Purple Champion, to Todd's Purple Champion. We haven't released that yet. So, well, they haven't released that yet. But so, Josh has a very where you would think the Purple Champion started. Josh basically has that boat. So I'm hoping his boat turns out to be as nice as the Purple Champion. Josh says you wouldn't hate the cold if you came up here and fished Cape Cod. Goggles over fogged up mask. I kind of agree with that. Kevin, I still got that 26 Bravo for you. I gotta let you borrow that thing.
What are those freaking face shields called that you can buy that freaking look like Iron Man or Superman? You can wear them.
Save face, and they fucking suck.
They're called Save Face.
But apparently they fucking suck.
Why do they suck?
They fog up. The lens gets scratched really easily. I sold mine. I sold mine at the flea market last year.
What do you use?
A pair of sunglasses and a Reaper hoodie.
The Reaper hoodie is super nice. I have
I pull a beanie down a beanie down to my eyebrows, put my sunglasses on, and just pull my Reaper hoodie up around my ears and my face, and that's all I run.
I was at an arcade a couple in the summertime, and I got like a 30,000 ticket jackpot, and I got this paintball mask that was hanging up in the prize section, and I got the last one. Some 10-year-old kid was crying, but his mom was kind of hot, so it was okay. She thought I was pretty cool. So I got that with all my tickets. I still wear it. Miles actually wore it, and it's like the nicest thing ever, dude. That thing is super. It's like very compact. It was probably like $30. It was probably like a $10 thing, and I spent $30 in gaming coins. But again, there was like a bunch of 10-year-old kids running around with hot moms, so I thought it was great, and I won.
You are ridiculous.
They all thought I was cool though, so it worked out. Todd says goggles and the windproof Reaper. The Reaper is super, super, super nice. Kevin has a good comment. Kevin says they don't fog up when you put shaving cream on it. Never heard that one. Can you expand on that? I'm kind of curious. Like, how do you put shaving cream on goggles and masks and stuff? Because that's pretty cool, actually. I would love to hear that.
My biggest issue was I could never see clearly out of them. Like, so it wasn't any better than a pair of sunglasses, in my opinion.
Okay, would you rather wear sunglasses with the beanie and the Reaper or a movie quality Mandalorian helmet?
The Mandalorian helmet, without a doubt.
Sick. We should get Mandalorian helmets now. That'd be kind of well. Okay. Mandalorian helmet or Boba Fett helmet?
I like the Mandalorian. I like that helmet better.
Just imagine just like running down the fucking Potomac doing 80 miles an hour on a fucking Mandalorian helmet, passing people. That'd be sick, dude. It'd be amazing.
Yeah, I don't have. Speaking, I don't have my Star Wars sticker on the new boot.
You gotta add that. Definitely gotta add that. Oh, Adam says Master Chief helmet. That's a good. That's
Master Chief.
That would be
helmet.
sick as hell.
That would be sick too.
Yeah, I'd rock that.
Or what was that cartoon where like that one kid was wearing a football helmet all the time? You know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea.
Was it like
Hey Arnold?
Was it Hey Arnold?
Was it Hey Arnold?
Something like that. Todd says if you breathe into the mask, it'll fog up in cold conditions. You can't exhale into goggles. True.
Some of these are
So,
kind of cool, like those.
That's pretty much what
They
I have.
look cool, but
I did see that Bass Mooch, which it seems like a new company. Like I just heard about them recently. They make.
Is that Adam?
yeah,
Nice. It's sick.
So they make this mask.
that is
has,
sick, dude.
Like a face shield connected to it. So it's like a sealed off mask, like your motorcycle goggles or ski goggles and stuff like that. But then it's got a mask that attaches to the bottom of it and covers the bottom of your face. But they want like $100 for it. I'm pretty sure you can buy the same thing on Amazon. $20.
Interesting. Kevin says wearing safety glasses my entire life, working in trades, clean them with shaving cream, and it keeps the fog down. I'm gonna try that. Definitely gonna try that. Kevin says he has the Iron Man safe face mask. Oh, dude, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm thinking.
That's the one I had the Iron Man safe face mask.
I have one. I have the best one ever.
I'm trying to figure out if these are like waterproof, anti-glare. They're not anti-fog. HD visual, true color, waterproof, anti-glare, anti-ultraviolet.
This is what I'm gonna wear in the bullet. This right here.
That would be sick.
Dude, you just don't even tell me that because I'll buy the shit. The Predator mask.
If
Are
you
you
rocked
kidding
the
me?
freaking Predator mask, if you rocked the Predator mask while you were running in the bullet, that would be sick.
So they actually make Predator motorcycle helmets, and they're like DOT approved and everything.
Yeah, like you have like the dreads like just like flowing out behind you as you're running down the lake.
Oh my god, am I about to buy a fucking Predator mask helmet? Is that what's about to happen right now? Because I'm about to do it. I swear to God, I'll do it. I don't care. Because I'll nerd out on some shit like that. Yeah, dude, look at this. Here you go. This DOT approved and everything. Oh my god, it's sick. Here you go for all you guys at home. Should I get the Predator mask for running the bullet?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes. You should get the Predator mask. Don't get the helmet. Get the mask.
Well, yeah, but if I get a helmet, I can wear it when I ride my bike, which I don't own yet. But I'm getting.
You're good, Tony. I'm gonna show you something that you'll appreciate.
Todd just sent us a link. Okay, so cool. So Todd actually just sent us. Oh, nice. Paul has the trophy for the 2018 All-In Tournament Series.
On
Conowingo, you bastard.
You
bastard.
This is probably my trophies back here. This is my favorite one. One, it was the first tournament that I won out of my own boat. And two, I won it with my best friend at the time, who we started bass fishing on Conowingo. Like that's all we fished. But that it was the most insane day that I've ever had fishing, and it was just ridiculous how many 3+ pound fish we caught that day.
We're in Harford County, Josh.
Keep going, Paul.
I thought you would appreciate that since it's from Conowingo. I know that's like your favorite place, but
That is pretty cool, actually.
First tournament I ever won out of my own boat.
What tournament series was that?
That was the all-in tournament series. That,
They don't run those anymore, do they?
Jeremy Vandover used to run those. They were pretty pricey. I mean, I think it was like a $250 tournament or something like that. I jumped into this one because I just happened to be on them, and I knew we had a good shot, just from practicing. And so me and my buddy jumped in. He was at the time, and 6 years ago, we weren't as financially stable as we are now, and he was kind of leery about jumping into it because it was like $250. And he's like, man, a lot of money, and we just blasted them. It was great. I think we had just under 18 pounds of post-spawn fish. Pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. No way. Dude, no way.
What?
All right.
No way.
Joshua says she owns Geno's in Towson. That is like one of my favorite spots. Geno's in Towson is amazing. Have you ever been to this place?
So I know of Geno's. I haven't actually been to the Geno's in Towson, but
there's only
I've
like
definitely
one.
heard of Geno's. Yeah, well, there was more at one point.
Yes, a long time ago. But dude,
Well, they do like
it's awesome.
yeah, Geno's is like Geno's is Geno's, dude. Like
Whenever I hear Geno's, I think of Philly. Like that's what,
yeah.
when I hear Geno's.
But I think Geno's in Philly is subs. This is so Geno's. It was actually owned by Gino Marchetti, who's a Hall of Famer for the Baltimore Colts, and it used to be all over the place. The Geno's in Towson just came back.
Looks like a two-step.
Right? But no, the Geno's in Towson's awesome. I go there all the time. Always have a great experience. It's honestly better than Five Guys. That's hilarious. I cannot believe that your sister owns that place because that's awesome, dude. Tell her I love that place.
we literally have to go in there now.
Oh yeah. All right. So Adam has a good comment. Adam says new record for 5 fish on Anna. So
Great question.
That just happened.
That was from SB Fishing. And what was that weight, Paul?
30s.
31 and change.
Yeah.
God dang, dude.
Yeah, it was a dirty 30.
With that lunker of 8 pounds some
8.5.
ounces.
Yeah, it was like 8.5
God
pounds.
dang, man. Biggins.
I think a lot of locals are pissed about that. Because he live streamed it, dude. He live streamed what he was doing where he was.
He live streamed it?
Yes.
Yeah, he had it on YouTube. He was on Tom's show the other night.
You know what? Who gives a shit if the locals are pissed? Who cares?
So the funny part was he was telling Tom that they probably had 18.5 pounds before they even started the live stream. And they started the live at like 8:30 in the morning.
They were like doing so well, they were just like, yeah, we need to start filming this.
But Anna's just one of the it's worth mentioning. I'm not taking anything away from the guy, but Anna's one of those places that in the wintertime it just happens. Like it just, and it's consistent. It happens.
Yeah, they were talking about that, and they were talking about that I think it was last night that Tom had him on, and when certain conditions line up, those fish just suspend around bait schools, and you find the right bait school, and you just sit there and hammer them.
Yeah, and I'm not taking anything away from anybody that's dropped mega bags on Anna, but I know a friend of mine has won a couple of those Sturgeon Bay tournaments or Sturgeon Creek tournaments, and he'll tell you that you're fishing. I mean, most of the field is fishing. If there's 20 boats in the tournament, there's 20 spots that are going to yield good fish. I mean, it's kind of one of those things where it's like everybody in the local trail kind of has their deal, and it's a very local deal, right?
And they're all hammers.
Oh yeah, they are. But I can tell you right now, if any one of us showed up to any of those tournaments and sat on one of those spots, not knowing what's going on and not talking and not being part of that crew, there would be some words said. Not taking anything away from them, but that's just the way it is because it's winter fishing. The fish are in very, very small spots, and these guys have put in the time and they figured it out. However, not everybody can go down there and fish them. You're going to get something's going to be said to you if you go down there and you sit on a spot, partially because there's no way you're going to go down there and sit on a spot in the whole lake without somebody probably giving you a tip of where the spot is either.
Everybody has electronics. Everybody has mapping now. Finding winter fish is not hard.
No, not at all.
So you can go down. You could probably go down there, spend 4 or 5 days down there, and find a couple of these really good spots. I mean, granted, you got to spend a little bit of time finding them, but and checking them, making sure that they're right. But it's everybody. Everybody talks about forward-facing sonar being such a big deal, and it's really mapping. Mapping is what causes this. Exactly what you're talking about. Because we can, that stuff that they spent, 15 years, 15, 20 years figuring out, somebody can look at a map and you kind of narrow it down to, hey, like, I'm going to go, practice, and I'm going to check these 10 spots, and one of these 10 spots is going to hold fish. Yeah. And that's been, that's what killed Tennessee River ledge fishing was mapping and side scan. So it's just one of those things that you're going to have to learn to deal with. And you ran into talking about Tennessee River ledge fishing, you ran into the same issue there too. If you go to Kentucky Lake and you get on one of the good ledges, the locals feel like they own that water, and there's a pretty big lack of respect for people on the water from a small portion of people that fish. I'm not saying it's a big issue, but it's not widespread.
Yeah.
And it just, it reflects badly on everyone. Well, if somebody found a spot, they found a spot. It doesn't matter how they found it. It doesn't matter if they found it with their own hard work or their buddy told them about it. You don't own the spot. It's not, I just, the only time that I could ever see that somebody being angry about somebody being on a spot is if, like, you saw, like, you were out practicing, or you're fishing on the first day of a 2-day tournament, and you crack them, and then you see a boat that was, in the cove next to where you were fishing, and you come out the next day and they're sitting on your spot. Like, I can understand angry about that, but if you show up first day of the tournament and they launch before you and they're on your spot, like, sorry about your luck. It sucks. I hate it. But that's fishing. We can all find these spots. It's not that big a deal.
Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely a place to go. If you want to fish in the wintertime, why go anywhere other than Lake Anna? It's not from us. It's not far. And if you have access to the hot side, you can pick. I'm going to go catch potentially big fish, or I'm going to go catch 100 fish in a day.
Yeah, there's some good winter fishing around in some of the smaller reservoirs, but Lake Anna is definitely up there.
Yeah, it does this every single year. I think last year one of the bigger bags that came out of the place was like a high 20s, like a 28 or something.
28
like
or something, yeah.
There was a 28 last week before the 30 happened. There was a 28-pound bag.
I think there was a 28 the weekend before we went to Anna last year.
Yeah.
So the weekend before we went to the hot side, I think there was a 28. If I remember right, Kevin would know, because Kevin's the one that told me about it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. It plays consistently in the wintertime, just puts out monster bags, which is cool.
Well, and I think from what SB was talking about, and his buddy was talking about, is it's the wintertime conditions that really condenses the fish, which allows those giant bags. When the conditions line up, you get multiple you can catch multiple big fish in the same area. Like, when you find them, just like they always say, right? If you're wintertime fishing and you catch one, you're probably going to catch more. So right. They get grouped up, and it just pulls out the perfect conditions to be able to catch one of those giant bags like they did. Yep. And props to them, because that's a massive bag in the Delmarva area.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's definitely a lifetime achievement. There's no doubt about it. I'm very curious as to like what the local reaction to that is. If a lot of people are like, whatever. So Josh Craig's talking about, he says he's talking 5 or 6. There was an 8 in there, but
Eight and a half. They had an 8.5 kicker.
What was but the average was still over 5, right? I mean, if you got all 5s and an 8, you're getting
so you got
close.
20, so you got 23 pounds for 4. So 5, what's that? That's 5 3/4, give or take. 5 something like that.
So it's over a 5-pound average, no matter what. That's
crazy. That's ridiculous.
5.5, something 5.5 would be 21.5.
What were they catching them on?
And would they have been doping? Would it have happened without live scope? No.
I don't know, actually. I didn't watch the live stream.
Yeah, you don't really.
And that's the thing. I mean, you never know. Would it have happened? Like you can think about the what ifs all the time.
Yeah.
Somebody could have.
Records were set well before freaking.
What was he catching them on the live stream? I haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
I always saw a clip of it. He was throwing a spinning rod. I'm not sure what he was
probably
doing.
Damn. He's probably if they're on bait, he's probably throwing a Demiki rig.
But look at you want to talk about records? The record bag for the Elite Series was set in 2003?
Was that Paul Elias?
No, one single day.
Oh,
Dean Rojas. Like 44 pounds for 5.
Was that in Texas?
No, it was in Florida.
Yeah, that was my second guess. As it would have been anybody else's.
It was on the Harris change. And from what I understand, and it's been like I've seen clips of it, but he was watching 10-pounders swim into the area he was fishing to spawn. I mean, he was catching them on beds, but 10-pounders were swimming under his boat. And it was clear, and he could see 10-pounders swimming under his boat to go spawn.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, he blasted them that tournament.
Yeah, I would freak out.
What was his total for that tournament?
I think it was 3 day. I think back then it was 3 day, maybe. And it was a lot.
Was it over 100?
I'm pretty sure he broke 100.
Damn, for 3 days, that's ridiculous. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
No, it wouldn't have been because it had to have been 4 day because Scott Martin broke the 3 day record this year in 2024.
On Okeechobee?
On Okeechobee with 76 pounds for 3 days or something insane.
Josh, you have a good night, man. Thanks for joining us tonight. Hope to see you on the next live stream.
Yep, we'll be back on Friday.
Dude, our audio is really good if it's picking up these squeakers, bro. I like it.
It's picking up the squeakers.
I love it. But we're also kind of getting to the end of our time limit here. I got to get ready to go to bed for work here soon. And
it's gonna be that time.
I thought tonight was a really, really great show. The JCS guys are legit. They do legit work. We've seen it in person.
Absolutely.
I'm 110% convinced after seeing the work that these guys do, there's just no reason to buy a new bass boat anymore. I see the argument. I see the argument with the reliability and possibility of the motor warranty type thing, but
I wouldn't say there's no reason, but it's definitely a good option.
It's it's a very good option for a lot of Americans that just don't have the budget or the money or the financial ability or the credit score for that matter to finance a $100,000 boat to try to be competitive in bass fishing.
If your credit score's not good enough to buy a $100,000 boat, you probably shouldn't be buying a $100,000 boat.
Good point.
So many people do, and
they do.
But yeah, man, it's a great platform. They do really, really good work, and the way that I view buying bass boats and whatnot has definitely changed after my interaction with the JCS guys, because going into my purchasing situation, I thought new and reliability is everything. And these guys have taught me that you can have that and not have to just focus on new. And I've also found that new doesn't mean quality. New also means shit. And
It can be, yeah.
it can be shit. So you know what I mean? There's so many different variables, and you got to weigh them out and weigh out what's good to you. And shout out to JCS Marine. For the rest of my life, if I ever have to do any boat work, they have my service, and I honestly, they should have yours too. If any of you guys need to do boat restoration work, anything like that, they should have your service. They're good guys. They do great work. They're hardworking American blue collar guys that are supporting their families off what they do, and not to mention they just
turn out a phenomenal.
Dude, they knock it out of the park, and they go the extra mile to make it good for you. No matter what, you're going to be stunned with the product that you get. I can promise you that.
Yep.
Yeah,
100%.
I've been totally impressed with
John Braun. I fucking love you, bro.
Yeah, I've been totally impressed with JCS. All of the stuff that we've seen from them. I would not hesitate if I needed any work done, or if I wanted to, if I hadn't bought my new boat, maybe I'd still have the Champion. I don't know.
Dude, we were shredding the powder on Monday. It was freaking awesome.
Nice.
Hell yeah. That's my snowboarding buddy.
Hell yeah.
So, all right, boys. This
Thanks for joining us,
was a
Paul.
great Wednesday episode, and you better best believe that we'll be live Friday night for another episode of Bass and Beer Radio.
Hell yeah.
2-day turnaround. Come on. Let's go.
See you guys.
Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.
Bye, John. Good night.